기다리는 정책이 있습니다. 검토 부탁드려요. 모든 안건을 확인해 주셨네요. 대기 중인 정책은 없습니다. 어라? 함장님! 여긴 어떻게... 함장님, 이거... 함장... 이번에 상부에서 내려온 지시... 함장님.
Ooh, that's gonna get me banned.
오셨어요, 함장님?
Wait. I didn't realize the background noise has changed. So funny. It's so much quirkier. Alright, who should we aim for?
조력에 네, 감사합니다.
Should I just farm Chizuru? Do I have a Chizuru deck already? No, this is the Super Cycle. I missed the, oh, I died this run, I think. That's why I only have one. Dupe. I died that run, for sure. Did I just join the hype train of Chizuru abusers? I'm trying to delete a bunch. Six. Okay. Oh, I made a massive mistake with I won't say mistake. I don't really mind that I leveled up Aurelia and Hugo for the sake of the contest, but knowing it was gonna be easier to win. Oh, already leveled Rin. 8 bucks. Rolling in.
관리가 필요한가요?
We'll play Rin.
아, 검찰란 말이죠?
Shut up. Yeah, we'll play Rin.
그럼 어디? 응? 무슨 일이야? 용건이라도 있어?
Wait, I love this background music from this game. This is so much derpier than the normal one. I'm probably gonna drop Haru's cards. My day's been going great. Excuse me. I started Streamly because I had a interview today. And it seems like they're gonna move me on to the next step. So, exciting stuff in the world of unemployed flakes. Ooh, sorry. thought my throat's been acting up today. I think I might have talked too much yesterday. But yeah. So I'm gonna be really quick and cough hard. Alright, hopefully that should be better. But yeah, had a nice call today. Seems like I'll be moving on with this company. I'll try not to hype it up too much until I get a bit further in though. But obviously, it would be nice to have a job so I can actually spend in this game and do some more showcases and stuff. Although I guess this game is the last game I really care about because I have so many pulls left over. Also, the update sucked, but it's within reason, or it's within expectations rather. Like this update being bad is literally like of course, like who's surprised? I'm not surprised. Like I expected this, right? Like it's literally all within what I thought it was gonna be. Like I thought that tower was gonna suck, and it does. I thought NARJA was gonna suck, and she does. Yeah. So it sucks that it's like it sucks that it's like, oh, I thought it was gonna be bad and it is bad. Like that's what's bad about the update, but it's within reason, so I don't really care too much. Very dry, but yeah, exactly. It's like I would be pleasantly surprised if it was anything but bad, right? So I can live with it. It's fine. Will I pull limited units? Yeah, I mean, like, as obviously content creating, like, I will be doing more. So. But, yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, if you're playing the game for real, you should never pull unless it's limited. But since I'm making videos and NARJA... Oh, okay. So NARJA does actually have, like, something funny going on. Give me a second. Let me swap some stuff around. I was gonna target create this, but this works. But yeah, I made this thing. Just I made this crappy little paint thing. I mean, if you watched the... Actually, I don't know if you watched the videos, Fox, but this is what I put on my video for NARJA, which, honestly, like, I should have changed the aspect resolution a little bit so it's actually viewable. Yeah, I made this. This is the real screenshot for it. I made DPS NARJA theory crafting. And so, if you don't know, I mean, you can just read it through this. Actually, the quality is really terrible now that I'm looking at it closer. Huh. It's probably not that viewable, but yeah, NARJA's kit looks pretty decent. It's about where I thought it was, like somewhere around Eternal Hunger Nia. And the reason why I say that is because of this Bottomless Hunger. You can see my mouse on the screen. It's not showing up because I have to, you know, just pull this here. So you can't see the mouse. Okay, good. So 6 viable epiphany options. I think almost everything is viable. Like, there are some things that are really bad, but... So, like... For Shackles, second. And... Not really the second. Second Shackles is really bad, in my opinion. But... I might try to think if I, like, want to talk about this now or wait for people to drop in. But actually, no. You know what? I'll repeat it. because I don't know how they're gonna stick around, Fox, or like if people will even join the chat today. What the heck? But basically, like, what are we gonna do this? Alright. Show it like this. I can get rid of that stuff. Talk later, more people here? Nah, I might as well warm up. Cause I think might as well, yeah. I'll keep it briefer. But how much do you know about Ray, Fox? Cause Ray has the like this text here. This text. So these text boxes match Ray. So I don't know if you were there for me and Suchi bickering at each other about wording a while back. Use with Kaon? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so these two, or this is Dark Condensation, right? Oh, these are both Dark Condensation Epiphanies. So obviously with Ray, this is turn-based, and then this is charge-based. Right, so Sushi was saying like... Actually, yeah, this will be fun to bicker with Suchi about later. But it's like, we finally have like the literal exact same wording as Ray on here, so we can confirm if this is like intent or not, or if it's just inconsistent based on coding. So yeah, there's a few options we have with NARJA for supporting. So obviously these two, it's this one's by far the best one. This first Epiphany is like literally the best in slot for NARJA, because it gives you good damage if you want to go DPS, and also gives you veracity, which is really important. Filler Epiphanies, yeah, this is filler. This is TikTok. This is TikTok only, and this one is meme. So like for me personally, knowing that I like messing around, like these, if you're a real player, you're really only looking for this one. Like real players only look for the shackles. But for me, like these all work out fine because I want to go for like the funny stuff, right? And then for Bottomless Hunger, I think everything is actually not great. You actually want the original Bottomless Hunger, because I actually don't know if I have examples of this. No, I do. I don't know. I don't know if I have a zero cost version though. Okay, maybe there isn't a zero cost version, because it might be a one cost only Epiphany, now that I think about it.
신의 말씀을 들으러 온 걸까?
Yo, let's look at my stuff real quick. I mean, there's so little to do this stream. I might as well just click through for fun. With the amount of veracity generation in your kit, does the 3011 actually matter at all? It will. If you play like... I mean, it's weird they have it, because it will be hard to... It is genuinely difficult to achieve, but if you have Nia with Adagio, with this, it is actually pretty feasible to hit 30 veracity. I think it's weird to have it, because odds are you won't be stacking it that fast if you're playing with a real character, like a multi-hit. But if you're using single target characters and you don't use her own attack cards, then yeah. The limit's pretty moot, but obviously with like you can hit the limit if you play a stacking deck. Now, I need to see if one costs can even draw cards, because... Oh, no. I saw it on a... Oh, but that's a one cost sensor. I need to find a zero cost card that draws one. Because I've been operating this entire time assuming you can draw one off a zero cost card, but I don't think you can. Like, I don't think you can Epiphany a zero cost and to draw one. Confiscation? Zero cost voluntary control looks good. Also, hey Toasty. I saw you commented on my I think my phone has like you commenting on my last video, but then I think you deleted it. I don't know if you mind me asking about that. This thing? This voluntary control. I think it's better than people give it credit for. Because people are saying it's bad, but it low-key is like I think they're not realizing there's a 3 morale for 1 turn for 0 cost, which is like essentially like a pseudo-ray epiphany, and obviously get divine to being better. So I agree that looks good, but I think people will underrate it. Rally draws 1 as is. I don't know if it epiphanies in draw 1 though. Like I'm looking for a 0 cost card that epiphanies in draw 1. I guess is what I'm saying, Fox. Looking for sure, we'll get partner. Yeah, I agree. I think the partner's pretty irrelevant. Excuse me. Waffle. I'm just realizing, like, I forgot that. Okay, you two have the same name. Waffle. You said hey boo, and it's giving me your like full YouTube government ID. So I was like, who the fuck? And then I was like, there's only 1 person that would say hey boo to me. I was like, huh? But yes, hey Waffle, what's up a bit? Hope you're doing well. Okay, yeah. So wondering if you know. I had my spider senses tingled immediately. I was like, only 1 person would call me boo in YouTube chat. I was just asking if the Serenial Selena NARJA team had enough draw my early comment. Oh yeah, I saw that comment. I was asking if you deleted it or if YouTube just like boomed it for no reason. Because it's not on the video anymore. So I don't know if you noticed that like it exploded or something. Because I was like getting food and I couldn't see the comment. Like I saw the comment on the notifications, but then it didn't show up on the video itself when I clicked into it. But regardless, I don't think it will, sadly. It definitely won't, because I guess Selena has draw through her 1 cost, but the issue is that you would need, like, portraits on all 3 of them, which means that you'd have too expensive of a deck to actually play everything out. Unless you, like, hit tech maneuvers and all that. You delete comments for no reason? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Because I didn't know if that was like YouTube being bugged or something. Also, I just realized you guys can't even see what I'm doing in the background. But okay, yeah. I think my idea for this might be flawed because I don't think I've ever seen a 0 cost draw 1. But the idea is that if you can draw 1 from 0 costs, you'd want this as a draw 1 0 cost. You would want draw 1 on generic epiphany and then divine epiphany. Draw 1, so it becomes draw 2 as a 0 cost. But again, I don't think you can actually epiphany it into that on a 0 cost, because the more I think about it, the more I realize I have never seen that epiphany. Like I think it's on neutral, so that's why I assumed it was a thing, but it's not a thing. Because otherwise you'd get the no, repost is also that. Who else has 0 costs? Yeah, I never got a draw 1 Vika card, right? They definitely would have seen it on Vika at some point if it was a thing. I probably should have deleted all these before I checked. Yeah, I'll go ahead and assume that you can't draw 1 on a base epiphany for 0 cost. I think that's safe to assume. I'll just go ahead and assume that. You never got it? Yeah, yeah. I don't know why I thought you could, but I'm pretty sure you can't. So we'll just pretend that I never said that. So that means that like this is acceptable with morale. So just pretend this says morale instead. This with morale and Divine Epiphany is fine, and this with Divine Epiphany draw one is fine. This one's also pretty fine. This one's okay. This one's probably better, honestly, if you have not as much card draw. This one is okay as well if you have a mirror. If you're playing like a DPS thing, or you're playing DPS NARJA, then this one's fine. And this one is, I think it's Veracity. So the only reason why you play this is because it gives Veracity. Like, you actually do not care about this text, but you do care about the Veracity generation, because Veracity is kind of hard to generate. And then for Voluntary Control, this one is, again, okay because of Veracity. This one is okay because of this text. This one is fine, depending on content, because it's 2 turns long. If you can stack this, then you can get 2 Veracity per action count. But the only issue is that you might draw into this late, so it's like very inconsistent. And then these 2 are also pretty okay. I think people overrate these because they're 2 tunnel vision on Chizuru synergy. Has to be NARJA's class for the 0 cost. NARJA's class? I don't think so. I think it's anything. I think it's just one of her cards. Like any cards you have in hand. So it's like repos where you can... Well, I guess repos doesn't really count. Oh, roll. I just went through Mika's. Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Maybe it is... Maybe it's like a DPS thing. Like, maybe DPS can roll the thing. Also, I changed my wallpaper because Beryl's like really cute. She looks so silly. Music is like a nice aside for that. But yeah, maybe it is like a... I don't think I've ever seen Mei Lin's skill go draw one either, so I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I have. But I would have deleted them by now if it was an option. Beryl, yeah.
소녀를 만나러 오신 겁니까?
Let's see. Real quick.
기쁩니다.
I probably never clicked it too, now that I think about it, but might as well. Divine Epiphany, draw one. 1 AP, 1 morale. AP. Wow, I deleted so much of Malin's cards, what the heck? Yeah. Beryl's so cute. Okay, what else do I got? So yeah, that's the, I think this one is probably the most generically good for DPS as well. Like, this one I like a lot. This one I like the most, rather. This Voluntary Control one. The only issue is that it's temporary Veracity. It doesn't give both Veracity and Predation, which is the main problem. But, like, obviously, if you look at these two combined... So, like, if you're playing DPS NARJA... Again, this one's the TikTok one. You lose 2 hits overall. This one's 6 hits, and this is 4 hits. So you're losing 33% damage from going to this, right? Which does matter. But the main thing is this Veracity thing. Because with this Veracity, you're representing 30 plus 80. So it's not just the 2 hits. It's like 4 times, what is this, 113? Oh, it's supposed to be 20, so it's like 4 times 140 pretty often versus like 6 times. This one's 50%. This one's 20, right? Wait, no, 140. It's 20. Plus 130 here. One times 130, and this would only have plus 80, so this would be 6 times 50. Or 6 times 80, my bad. This ends up being 480 versus 520. And this one is also conditional because you might not have veracity to even trigger all 6 hits. So that's why this one's better. Ninja tomorrow, can't wait. Hey, spoil. Yeah, so that's why I think this one's better than this. But if you get the high reel, then this one's gonna be fine. And then obviously with predation, like you bounce this enough with veracity, you'll end up getting enough like 4 stacks at some point, because you'll draw this once and then you'll bounce it thrice with Adagio, and then you'll have all 4 predation. So that's why this is better, in my opinion, for like consistency. And then this one's good if you're playing like Chizuru. The only problem with this one is that it says 1 veracity. Oh, but it's per hit. So yeah, you fully refund this with Chizuru because it's per hit 1 veracity. And then Domain of Veracity, I think this one's the best one because it's for DPS. NARJA. This one's okay. I'm not really convinced by this Veracity. It's really cheap though, it's only 1 mana. And then doubling your tenacity damage is always gonna be good. And then getting some Veracity is always gonna be fine as well. So this one, I think people are overhyping this because it's Serenial. I need to find how the name's pronounced. This one's honestly fine because it's probably gonna maybe reduce stress. This one's like the best chaos one, I think. This one's good for chaos, but not for anything else. This one would do a lot of damage, but the issue is that it's 30 mana. It's really high ratios though. I think this is 20%. 20% means that it ends in 2, 1, 3. I can't do the math. It ends in something, but this one's like bad compared to everything else. And this one is another it's another chaos take because it's unique. People really wanted a Serenial support, so not surprising people are hyping that Epiphany up. Yeah, but the ironic issue is that I think this girl is actually terrible Serenial. I think Serenial is OP enough that it'll work, but these synergies are very lacking, in my opinion. Predation go way too fast after a few lasers? Yeah, Predation would go away instantly. Because you have to generate it, and then it's kind of impossible. Wow, this app is not happy with me removing so many dots. Cause I was looking at Poor Coco's stream earlier. He was talking about this, but you attach this to a homing laser. But then the act of breaking means that you lose the predation instantly. So the moment you generate this, you immediately lose it. So it's and that homing laser, which will probably be your highest quality homing laser, won't even benefit from the predation. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's flat damage, right? So it's fine. Does everyone in the first half at least going to drop a full 150 stages? I mean, I knew they weren't doing that. I know people kept talking about it, so that's why I mentioned it, but as I said in my comment replies, I did not expect it to be... I even hypothesized that it'd be limited or, time gated, right? Actually, no, I think I might have mentioned it in, a recording that I didn't take for the video. Because I remember I said out loud at some point that they might time gate Tower So I don't know if I said it on stream yesterday or if I said somewhere else. Amir background was mid. The whole live stream was mid. I like the Amir background mostly because it's like to me personally, it's tastefully good. But I know a lot of people just want it to be outright good, like Sterneal's was. But for me personally, like that's a wallpaper I would use. I think the only issue with Amir's background is that like she like lost a lot of her color. Like she went from like being a brown girl to like being like a pink flush blob. The one next to your cam is XDD. Oh, is that appearing? It's really funny. I thought I got rid of that. I guess not. Yeah, you can still tell me it's doing camera. I really thought I got rid of that, or I dropped it. I'll fix this. It's gone. You gotta move it sideways a little bit more. There we go. That's probably how it was set up earlier. Not really noticed. Range hog. There's only a few people can rely on to comment on what's wrong with the stream, and you are one of them. Hey, Nanjiro. They raised someone for Toad? Oh, yeah. First of all, it's fine with Mirror background. It's crazy to complain about losing one super good opportunity when we got Sterneal and 9. Oh, no, yeah. I think the main valid complaint is her skin tone got nerfed heavily. Like, they literally scrubbed her pink. Like, they scrubbed her brown to make her pink, which was really odd. Bring the 1x back! That's what the wall is for. But, yeah. DPS Sterneal, you take this. This one is, for the highlight reel. Highlight. That's a word for sure. That's definitely not me writing loss out. Highlight. Real. Also, Range Hog, do you like this background music? I'm a big fan of this background music. Push that speed run, one last chaos run for Mats. Oh yeah, I've not even bothered with the final. Oh, actually, that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna slap the last chaos. NARJA. Yeah, I'm probably gonna record this at some point and just like leave it on loop, like stitch it together in MP3. I really like this background music. This is like super head empty. I didn't realize that different characters had different background music. Because obviously, for the longest time, I had this going on. Which is, like, cute. But I don't like how, like, ethereal it is. So I, like, at the start of the stream, I don't know if, like, anyone was lurking, but I was, like, clicking through all the characters I've unlocked. And only Veronica and Beryl have that music in the background. Did they even confirm that they're going to reset the supply store? Which one? This one? Oh, whoops. This one? Still building a mirror, all things considered. True. I probably will at some point as well. Ethereal because of Adina? Real. Pondering my orb. But yeah, so this one's just bad no matter who you are. This Shackles. But if you're going DPS, I'll just write this large DPS NARJA. Number 1. NARJA is basically for defense scalers, yes, but I don't think you run her as DPS scaler support. Because she isn't, like, I mean, yeah, it's good, but the defense scalers are not good. Like, Amir has one thing. Amir has this going on. So you can see on one of these, like, we have a 5-hit, right? So Amir only has a 5-hit. So I pose a question. Who cares? Who cares when you have 4 hit and 6 hit? You're running an extra character? You're running a mirror to do nothing, basically. I would have maybe built a mirror because she reminds me of what's-her-face from SV. Oh, Forte? Forte and Grand Blue is so much less fun to look at. Forte and Grand Blue is so boring. Yeah, I like. There's no point in building a mirror with NARJA. Where does this character fit besides the worst main DPS? Mainly that's okay. So I don't know if you guys remember my Chizuru era, like when I pulled up the notepad and everything. But with Chizuru, you take this. Actually, yeah, with Chizuru you take this with Chizuru. Actually, I don't even know what you take. I don't know. I don't like support because this is not good. Like, I don't think this is good. I know people might say it's good, but I think it's like really whatever. Because when you look at this, actually no, this is fine, right? You can take this with Chizuru, but you take like this one. These all suck for Chizuru, and then you take any of these on Chizuru. And so the idea is that with Chizuru, you get +1 draw divine on this 4 times. And that gives you the draw power, and also gives you a way to really... This is essentially a source of water, right? Because you get reduced 1 cost in hand. The other one, I gotta remember her name. When it comes back to me, I'll post it. Dragon Girl. Amir? Phylene? There's Phylene? I think it's probably Phylene. Remove it for Chizuru? No, you need... I think you take this. You default take this. Or you take the base Epiphany. More Dragon Age and Grand Blue. That's a mood. But, all of these are fine for Chizuru. Like, you always have to delete all 3 of these, sadly. Maybe you keep 1 for fun, but the basics are bad. And Chizuru, you take this for Chizuru. Or you take this. Everything else, you'd ignore. So, that card. Okay, so it's that card, not the, I don't know how you make it more generic, but this wouldn't work on Shadow of the Moon, because Shadow of the Moon would fuse and explode. Oh, okay, but what you would do is you probably, I see. Well, not really I see, but this you wouldn't even put on Chizuru, you just put it on here for the Chizuru deck. If that makes sense. So this is also fine. This is fine. So all 3 of these are fine. These are okay, right? So all of these voluntary controls are good for the Chizuru deck. Right, but before I get too ahead of myself, the point of the Chizuru synergy, since it's been a while since we've all played Chizuru, so Chizuru has this card, reduced cost by 1, and then you also have Bound at Dusk with the Shadow of the Moon. So what ends up happening is that you can use... So usually the idea, or the issue with Chizuru, is that you eventually run out of AP, because you can't use Mika, you can't use AP cards, right? So if you have like the literal perfect Chizuru deck, you get this, Divine Epiphany down to, or like Divine Epiphany or not, like 1 cost, and then you get this. You can actually play it. You're actually allowed to play that, right? And then you get the Divine Epiphanies on Shadow of the Moon, or on Oni Hunt to create more Moon Slashes, right? So it's that Oni Hunt It's this Tsukuyomi. And then what happens is that when you as you play your cards, like as you draw and do other stuff, you would then, like, once you have find 3 Shadow of the Moon plus, you eventually would have activated one of these Bottomless Hungers while playing. Because with Moonslash is 4 Veracity, or yeah, Moonslash itself fulfills this, right? So Moonslash would discount your Shadow of the Moon plus, and then you'd play the Shadow of the Moon plus for 0, and then you would you'd play Bottomless Hunger into your basics, and then discount your Shadow of the Moon plus, and then you play this again, and then play Shadow of the Moon plus, and then that would discount your next card. So then that allows you to actually discount that would then allow you to discount your Karmic Flames. Because, you know, Karmic Flames, like, having Triple Divine Oni Hunt is really expensive, so you would probably have only one. You'd probably have, like, Triple Divine on Oni Hunt, and then this wouldn't be Divine. So you could discount this Karmic Flames, and then that Karmic Flames is 0 cost, and it discounts some other card you play, and then you just loop it, right? So the chain goes on for much, much longer. Oh, Zooey! My bad. I forgot about Zooey. She is a modern Shadowburst. She got released 2 sets ago. Yeah, it is Zooey. Plans to build a mirror, Reno, Kairon, maybe Rin, or Renoa. Maybe Rin's talking about resources. Yeah, that makes sense. Gen effect that made you... Yeah, she has that again. In Shadowburst 2, she has the Dragon Oracle on Fanfare. She's a 5-mana 5/5, and then Enhanced 10 is the exact same effect as you mentioned with Charge. But yeah, so... Oh god, let me see if I can... I posted it in Starmie's Discord. It's gonna take too much effort. But yeah, essentially this generates you essentially if you have 4 copies of this gives you 8 extra AP. So assuming the math, or assuming it's even possible to math it out like properly, that means you get way more cast on Bottomless Hunger. Because what you can do is you can use you can wait until you generate the Shadow of the Moon plus and then activate Bottomless Hunger, and then make it 0 cost, cast it, generate the new one through 000, and then cast it. So you have potentially 6 to 8 more AP with this. And this can Divine Epiphany into +1 draw. Because yeah. So Chizuru stonks go way higher because there's that infinite looping technology you can do with Chizuru. You'd be limited by only 000 and 0 costs. But now, with this Bottomless Hunger as well, you can take the basics. You can take her basics, Chizuru basics, for even more Will-O-Wisp generation. So this card does a lot for Chizuru. For all of Chizuru's builds. Yeah, it was really wild. She became like a really high lottery deck in set 4. I think she's still problematic in set 5. Yeah, it's Shadow of the Moon spam. It's not a variant, it's simply the Abyss, if that makes sense. Spoiled, I wasn't reading chat. No idea, probably assume they won't, because you had time, like probably a few things you need to buy. Oh, the resetting the shop. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the shop. I think the supply shop will probably go away and then come back season 2, but the mats you have probably will go to units, sadly. Which is gonna suck. But yeah, character mats? Dude, I have so many missing mats because I didn't play for 3 weeks and I missed all those dailies. But yeah, the real character, so everyone's hyping Chizuru, but I think the problem is that Chizuru is not even the best character. I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly certain Rin is the best character. Sadly. So if you guys know about the Renoa, or the, my bad, Veronica technology, you guys probably are aware that when you play Veronica's repos with the discount card, if it hits Rin, if you play that card and then manage to move it back to your hand, it stays discounted, right? So exactly like with Chizuru, when you're playing Rin, you'd go any of these, And then you can just target one of Rin's important cards. So those important cards being Annihilation or Black Dance. Because usually the issue with Rin is that she's really hard to build because you have to get Divine Epiphany, either +1 AP on Destruction or -1 AP on Dark Mist Secret Art, right? Like you can get one of those. But now not only can you get one of those on, like you can still get Gigabyss with like triple Divine Epiphany on this, right? Would you want to run Castius last slot for the Chizuru deck? Yeah, you would, because the triple zeros can proc more, stuff. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure everyone's too stuck on Chizuru. Rin's potential is way higher. Also, I noticed that my camera's lagging again. I thought it didn't lag at all last stream, but this stream is like lagging a lot. What it is? It must be the connection. Like whatever that beeping was earlier, it must have been that just going haywire. I believe it lagged a lot last stream too. But yeah, so you can essentially my prediction, like as I was getting food a moment ago, it's because I'm here. Crazy. I passed Nani. But yeah, so like obviously, like let's say you get the dark +1 AP here, right? So what you can do is you can draw into these two cards at some point. And then you would play you draw into those two cards, and then you activate Hunger, or what if it's Hunger? You activate Bottomless Hunger, Bottomless Brunch, Bottomless Shrimp, whatever you want to call it. And then you can play a different character's attack card. So the main problem that I realized is that oh no, what you do, my bad. What you do is that you then play one of them. You play one of these, and that one will still cost 1 mana, but the act of playing one of these attack cards will discount the other attack card. Right? So the order... I can't even see it. So the act of playing... So yeah, you eventually draw into Annihilation. Oops. Annihilation and Black Dance. And then you also draw Destruction. And then so you play Bottomless Hunger to activate its effect with some Veracity. And then you attack with one of these cards. These are both going to be multi-hits. So you will, unless you get this one, which is the incorrect one, or these two are bad, right? So you're going for this one or for this one. Most likely this one. So you play either Annihilation or Black Dance again, which will reduce your Veracity by at least 2 almost every time. And then that will hit the other card you didn't play. And then you play that card, and then you play Destruction to redraw the 2 cards. And now one of your cards will be 0 cost, and the other one will be 1 cost. So then you play the 0, and then after you do that, you would then play your second Bottomless Hunger. And then your second Bottomless Hunger is not active, and then you play the 0 cost Rin card, and then that will discount your other 1 cost card. So then you have 2 0 cost cards. So now every time you pull out Dark Mist, Secret Art, Destruction, you'll pull 2 0 cost cards. And then the rest of your Bottomless Hungers can be spent towards like your Portrait of Furies. It can be spent towards your like whoever your draw character is, right? Like if it's Rin, I guess it might not be Rin because you're playing NARJA. But yeah, like your if you're playing Nia, you can use your Mute Accents or your G cores. You can use your portraits. You can do anything you want with those 2 extra Bottomless Hungers. And it's not even remembering the fact that you probably have multiple 0 costs as well. So yeah, it's really potent in my opinion to play that way. And that even opens up even more flexibility because with all these with all these discounted cards, you might even be able to like hit like you can maybe even play like you can even have inefficient lists where you keep your basics, because I can play the basics to gain your misstance. You can play some other stuff to keep your misstance. So it's super strong. Like I think yeah, everyone's hyping up the Chizuru stuff. I'm fairly certain Rin is the actual winner from NARJA by a pretty big margin. It's actually surprising that no one's talking about Rin on streams, but I think it's just because no one... I mean, not everyone's a nerd, a sweaty nerd like I am, so it is what it is. But yeah. So the main characters I'd say work with NARJA is number 1. I think NARJA herself is the biggest benefactor because it's funny. And then this is with Nia specifically. Number 2 would be Rin. And then number 3 would be Shizuru. And then like 4 and beyond are like chorizo. Yeah. So these are my ratings for like the NARJA thing. I think realistically Rin's actually the best benefactor, but it's funny to put NARJA at the top. Yeah, I don't really know if there's anyone else that potentially pops off with NARJA. She can't generate cards, so her Hugo benefits are quite low. I don't know if barrel stuff will proc as well. A niche type of unit. Yeah, I mean, she's very Mika-esque because with Bottomless Hunger, like, this is essentially like Turbo Source. So you can play, if you get this Bottomless Hunger, but Divine Epiphany, you're essentially getting -2 AP. Right? And obviously there's like, it's not actually a true -2 AP because you might get screwed and you might not have any actual cost discount with Bottomless Hunger. But she is pseudo-universal with this alone, technically. I don't know if you actually give an opinion because it's awful theory for a character you thought would kind of suck. Bullying. I mean, okay, so like I figured she'd be around as strong as Eternal Hunger Nia. So I think all of this theory crafting is about what it is. Because like, yes, I think she does suck, to be fair. She sucks in the aspect that she has no draw. And as I mentioned, I think in the video, we're now in a not very portrait accessible world, and we don't know if portrait will have a replacement for season 2. So this is very like season 1 coded information and very season 1 take. Because if you play NARJA, you have to get portrait no matter what. Like, and if your character has to get portrait, then the character is not that great. And she's a support, which is again why I think you're playing her solo, right? So the fact that you can run her with Rin, but if you run her with Rin, you need a genuine support character. And the issue with like most real support characters is that like Cassius Nia works because you have a lot of redundancy with Nia, and Nia, like, Full House allows you to force draw Eternal Hunger without needing a dedicated draw card, right? But the issue with running a character with no real draw is that it means you're like solo playing a real draw character, right? Mods! Audacious Exclusions. Here's the name to take. Yeah, so you like, again, like this is like very Mika coded because you need, like, it's like good cooking. Like I appreciate this character. I mean, okay, to be fair, almost every character but Serenial and Haru have had like decent like theory crafting, because theory crafting and a character's viability do not go hand in hand, right? Like I theory crafted for so long and on Chizuru, and she's not even that good, right? Yuki required no theory crafting. Like, you nail the fact that she needs morale, and that's it. Like, she's good. She's really good, but she has no theory crafting because that's all she is. It is almost surprising we got another I could pretend to be a support character who doesn't have draw in their base kit. Yeah, I don't know why they're allergic to draw cards. Because, like, this is the only thing they can draw. You can draw off this. You can draw off this. So this being draw 2 is also like... Like, how important is this draw card? I think you'd really want this for most damage. But... I think if you're playing NARJA as a dedicated support for a character, odds are very, very high you need as much veracity as possible. Because, again, the issue... Okay, so, like, let's say... Okay. Let's theory craft, like, picture perfect NARJA. Picture perfect NARJA, unfortunately... Like, you'd have to probably play with Nia. You have to play picture perfect NARJA with Nia, probably. And then you would copy this. It's essentially like this duped with Divine Epiphany. Divine plus 1 draw. Then you get this. Like what I was saying earlier with the draw 1, you get this as a +2 draw. And then you just have to abandon these. Even though these are great, I think you abandon these for more draw. So you end up getting like this at least gives you predation. But the idea is that with Eternal Hunger, you would bounce this and Eternal Hunger to get more veracity. And so like let's say that you have triple Adagio, or yeah, let's say you have triple Adagio like I do. So triple Adagio, and assuming that you have perfect draw, you get this 4 times, so you get 24 veracity from this. And then you would have... if you have 4 copies of this one, you get another 12. And then you get, if you're starting at 0, you get 6 from this. So you get 42 veracity, straight up, without accounting for anything else. Which is not too bad. 42 hits, if you're playing someone like Chizuru, or if you're playing someone, my bad, not Chizuru, if you're playing someone like Rin, you will hit 42 hits every turn, assuming that, again, you are, assuming that you're full drawing every turn. Because with Rin, again, assuming highest peak, you play this 5 times, which is 25 hits, and then ideally you have this one, which is 20 hits, so you have 45 hits. So you'd have, with this though, you'd only have 4, you have 4 plus 2, you have 6 draw overall. 6 draw, and then you have another 3 draw from Adagio, so you have 9 draw total. So that still demands you have Portrait on both Nia and, or you'd have to have Portrait on Rin and NARJA for another 6 draw to hit the cycling requirements. And then Chizuru, if we're going with the basic spam, you would end up having you have 8 Moon Slashes, so you have 16 Oni Hunts, or 16 hits from Oni Hunts alone. 16 Oni Hunt hits, maybe 1 hit from this, so 19 hits. And then if we just assume you cast every Shadow of the Moon plus you can with Bound at Dusk, 16, you need to cast this 7 times. Or yeah, like 7 times-ish. Which again, with this specific version where you're going for ×4 copy of Boundless Hunger, it is possible. So yeah, you would need to get 2 draw on Voluntary Control in order, and even then you'd still run out of veracity every single turn. And ironically enough, if you are able to hit that raw veracity count, let me find the patch notes. I can't find the official Discord. Also, should I just swap to my old webcam? Like, is this lag like really distracting for the webcam? I think it like sometimes it doesn't lag at all, but I don't know if it's like if it's like annoying to look at when it does lag. Oh, it's predation, not veracity. That makes it worse. Okay, yeah. Maybe I think it's overcooking. So here we see E6 NARJA requires predation to be reduced. And predation isn't accessible with this theory, sadly. Or it is accessible, but it's not like very easily accessible. Yeah. I do wonder how you'd accelerate that. But yeah, so that's an entire thing. But if you're running Nia with NARJA, then there's a real argument that you don't need as much discounting as I'm giving. So this is like with Rin specifically, or no? Oh, actually, yeah, both Rin and Chorizo would want this bottomless hunger. So you need a lot of draw, sadly, with that. So you need confiscation to draw 2. And then draw right into the portraits and the troll hunger, and it's just gonna be really consistent because of the character. I just go NARJA builds a lot. Yeah, because predation is too difficult to stack. So if you're trying to predation maxing, this has predation. This has predation. What else is there? Is that it? It's really just these 2. Begging, any king's got some spare draw? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the main draw card. You just need to get this as draw 2. Okay. Honestly speaking, you could probably go draw 2 here and draw 2 here. Oh no. Right, you can't go draw 2 because it's divine. So this would be draw 1. 4 divine epiphanies? That means divine epiphanies is impossible. Maybe 80. You're dropping 3 basics, so that's 90. This is a triple divine epiphany. And then if you're doing double dupe, it's literally impossible to get the optimum draw. Could you hide the required cards? So for true support NARJA needs either of these. And then you would want this one. Down here, I don't even know what you take, honestly, down here. I feel like this one, ironically enough, you do take the upgrade with this, because you just want to get rid of it ASAP, but I could be wrong about that. And then for this one, you're either going this. I mean, okay, voluntary control, all of them are good. Like, these are all totally fine for support NARJA. But you'd ideally want draw 1 on this thing. I don't know how to abbreviate draw 1. It's called D1. D plus 1. Okay, yeah. I think Gigabis support NARJA is literally like draw plus 1 here. Draw plus 1 here. This one becomes divine. This one is divine plus 1. And then you dupe this 3 times. And then this one, you just take Domain of Veracity to upgrade it and dip. I could be wrong though, obviously. Like this could be wrong, but I think this is the most realistic build you're going, because this ends up having with this 3 copied, you have 60 from Divine Epiphany. You remove 3, which is 90. And then you have double dupe, which is 0 and 10. So this gives you a perfectly 160 point build. And then for every and if you don't get a tier 14 build, then you just keep your heals. Is my opinion, because at least it gives you veracity for these. And then mealtime is giga terrible. Like you'd probably want to remove mealtime, honestly. But it's like 0 cost, so it's like kind of fine. Yeah. That's I think that's my like. Excuse me. That's my achievable bis. To go -3, double dupe, all that. Obviously, you miss out on but if you get mutant sample without mutant, or if you hit mutant sample one of the removes, then you can add a forbidden card, and then you can add confiscation with the extra value, because mutant sample is +50. And +50 is perfectly 1 forbidden, 1 neutral, and then epiphany on the neutral. Actually, yeah, that's the cost. Maybe actually that might even be right. Maybe you do leave 1 heal. I think you do leave 1 heal in. Assuming you want to farm Lab 0, by the way, because I think you do need Lab 0 for portrait. But you need a portrait. You get portrait, which is 20. You get confiscation, which is 20. You get 2 dupes. 2 dupes, which is only 10. And then 3 divines, which is 60. 2 removals, which is only 50. So this is 40. This is perfectly 160 actually, because I forgot you can't even get the epiphany then. 40, yeah. So you can't get an epiphany on confiscation. You have to get this last, like on last shot. That's all you need besides Orbane. I mean, even with this, Orbane's just Orbane's not even necessary. Orbane's just a bad luck protector for this, or no, my bad, for the dupes. That's the benefit of going for divine builds, is that Orbane's like very optional, or Orbane becomes less of a necessity because you can't even triple dupe with Orbane. But if you do triple dupe, then you can't go divine, or you can't go many divines. But yeah. They did say that they're gonna introduce more difficult affixes, so you get higher save data, which means that, like, realistically I should have pulled for Cerneal, because that means Cerneal is really required to push those higher difficulties with less effort, but yeah, I can't be bothered. I don't like that girl. Speaking of boring, let's just let's do some boring stuff and try and one-shot these. Cannot rest and save some. I only have 540 of these. Wow. I want it easy. Bro. I haven't seen a tier 14 save in so long. I'm not doing it on time. Not that. Okay, that looks acceptable. I love requiring difficult characters for higher difficulties. Yeah. Agreed. Let's go for the, like, turbo bis. Like, as bis as possible, chaos map. See how bad it is. Or how good it is. Yeah, NARJA has some cook. It's honestly not nearly as deep as they make it out to be. If we're being honest, because she has her... She has her high points, for sure. You think CZN's gonna be okay after this patch? I think it'll be fine. There's a lot of talk going around about how the game's gonna die because there's gonna be not enough like, or not a lot of talk, but I have heard people saying that like the game's gonna die a little bit, which like is objectively true, but like in the end, every game, like there is no such thing as a gacha game that has a strong year one. Unless your name is Genshin. And even Genshin had massive fall off after a clean patch, in my opinion. Or no, Genshin probably kept growing, but like you can't. Okay, let me take that back. Genshin is a game that had the privilege of being a COVID game. No post-COVID gacha game has a strong year one. Period. Like every game has had at least 1 or 2 patches during the middle of their year one, where it just goes kaput. And then either the half anniversary or year 1 anniversary of the game is what saves it overall. Come up with a new genre. Because like Wuwa in particular, I know Wuwa was like not even being discussed until its anniversary hit with 2.0. And then after 2.0 is when I started hearing way more about it. Like, I knew people played still in 1.0, like, that year. Like, for sure people are still playing during that year. Like, no, wow. Okay. Like, there's no, like, I had friends that were like, oh yeah, like, I still play Wuwa. And it's gonna be better. And like, the first anniversary is really good. For many cards, like, Portrait be available when season ends. They're still available. They're just, they're stuck behind, they're stuck behind the Lab Zero Chaos, which, will now cost resources. So yeah, it's still there, but it's no longer free. Day 1 WoW player, year 1 was definitely rough. Yeah, exactly. And like, to be fair, I'm not a WoW enjoyer because I okay, but my reason for not liking WoW is because I got griefed on my Chong-Li pulls. I can accept the game is better now. It's just not fun for me. Because I'm not really into the story that it has of like, I am the chosen one. Everyone loves me. And I know the story's supposed to be good. I know the character stories are genuinely good, but it's just not meant for me. Like, I can't be bothered. Like, okay, I keep ragging on its story and all that, but if we're being honest, the main reason why I don't like it is because it's an open world gacha, and those things take so much effort. Started bad and recover. ZZ had also started bad, go through tons of quality of life, and only now people talking about any capacity. Yeah, ZZZ is a game where people only talked about it because the animations and jiggles and pixels are all really good. So, yeah. People only talk about gacha games when they have some particular It's got multiple players? Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why I don't really blame them. Or that's why, like, I have respect for how they've developed the game. Because, okay, not really respect. It's why I understand why the game looks like what it is now. Because the players demanded that it become more waifu. And, like, you are the main character focused. Which, again, is, like, fine. It's just not a game meant for me. And, I might not like that, but I kind of have to respect it, right? So. Just pulled Rin, and Magna, and Maribel. Any of them worth leveling in your opinion? Rin is really good. Magna and Maribel are both potential women. A lot of they'll be good, trust, but yet to be discovered. For now, we'll see if season 2 has anything good for them. Also, welcome back, Ratchet. Magna's kit seems interesting. It is interesting, but the issue is that characters in this game are not forced, or there's not enough slapping. Might be the best way to put it. Like, characters in this game do not actively hit you enough. So if there was more like small hit characters, then yes, Magna would be like pretty crazy, but there's very little active whacking. It's either like either the multi-hit characters are rare, or the they hit you once really hard, and obviously you're not stacking. These are all terrible. I think you're not counterattacking multiple times off one big attack. You want them to hit a lot of small times. Yeah. If they, like, there might be content eventually where there's like a mechanic, you might have ran into it in Blue Pot, called extra actions that your opponents can have. So if they release more extra attack or extra action enemies, and those enemies do like a bunch of small hits, then Magna can be really good. So she's only bad because they haven't printed, or they haven't forced her into being good. But they have proven their willingness to make character-focused content, or like character-biased content. So again, if they create a great rift, like if a character releases in the future that the Vanguard that is also counterattack focused, then Magna will not be like top tier for that content potentially, or maybe she will be. Who knows? But like Magna might not be top tier for that content, but she will be like buffed, right? Because they might make counterattacks do more damage on top of having extra actions on the character or on the boss to do a lot of small hits over and over and over again. And then you need shield. Like then they might have like a buff where if you perfectly shield, you get more damage on your counterattacks, and then the character that's actually being pushed on gacha will get buffed, as well as Magna gets buffed. So but Rin is objectively good. The only issue with Rin is that she requires very precise decks. And the issue with this game is that precise decks are they're a massive pain in the ass. Like, it's not pretty. They did bug counter, they bug fixed it so vulnerable works. True. They bug fixed it so that Magna's fourth dupe will actually do something useful. Convenient card for it to doing. He's looking insane in the video last night with NARJA. Yeah, I don't know if I guess you might have joined after my entire Yap session in the last hour. But I don't know, Ratchet, I don't know if you know, but I have a YouTube channel, which I also show on YouTube, but yeah, I have a YouTube channel. So I recorded a video earlier today with my thoughts on NARJA, which is like a very abridged version of the Yap session I just went through like an hour ago. Oh, you something like that? Oh, okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, so yeah, she seems good. I think I think Rin will scale higher than ew. Wow. Is that 50-50 loss? It was. Do I saw the -1 HP? Oh god, it's this one too. I don't have one -1 HP. This is disastrous. But yeah, I think Chizuru is gonna be fine, but I think Rin will overall have better spikes than her, just because of how Rin works comparatively. because Chizuru requires a lot to draw, and Rin at least like has the ability to
준비됐어요.
self-function the draw. But we'll see. It's still definitely too early to really make any final judgment calls.
조준하게 선멸. 코발트
Wow, lucky me.
조준하게 선멸. 신중하게 지켜드릴게요.
Yeah, regardless, I think if you want to save your pulls, you're definitely not wrong for saving pulls, but if you want to pull for her, she does have value. Like, the only issue with NARJA is that we don't know what's coming up in the future. And this game has the incredible habit, or the devs rather, have the incredible habit of not saying shit until the literal last second. So like, I think a character like NARJA, if you're trying to pull responsibly, you wait until the last day of the patch, so we can see what the next character is, and if the next character has direct synergy with NARJA, then you pull her. But if you just want to pull her for fun, then like, yeah, go for it. She looks like she'll have a lot of funny tech going on, and for me, that's good enough. The only reason why I'll personally be regretting playing a character is if it denies me from hitting Tenebria on a surprise Tenebria drop. I have no other reason to dodge characters in this game.
이런 게 필요했지. 조준하겠습니다. 대상을 집중
Probably
타격합니다.
should use
대상을
both markers.
집중
That won't
타격합니다.
matter too much, I guess.
코발트 위 핫! 조준하겠습니다. 어떤 적이든 완벽하게 제거해드릴게요. 코발트 선멸. 선멸.
I think bad orders will lost me this break. Because if I used Swimming Laser first, I think I would have gotten the, Actually, I guess it doesn't matter too much.
조준하겠습니다. 코발트 윙 선멸. 급속 충전 시스템 가동. 조준하겠습니다. 선멸. 준비됐어요. 코발트 기운이 나셨나요?
Kanto 9 finale today, you're so happy? Have fun with it.
코발트 라이트.
I'm not a Olympus player, but I know I have a lot of friends that are, and everyone's super excited.
코발트 윙
So
선멸.
I hope it's really. I mean, I'm assuming it's gonna be good no matter what. I guess the hope is that the music is everything you want it to be.
침착하게 쏴버릴. 까불지 말라고.
Well, this seems like a game that I can't miss, so I'm sure there's no real worry about it. Do you know if it's coming right when the patch starts for
코발트 윙 선멸.
this game?
대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 신주 물러서세요.
I guess all that means is that Tsuchi's gonna like go straight to like patch will hit and Tsuchi will immediately swap to Limbus. Limbusy Dusty.
어라, 언제 오셨지? 기다리신 신상들 새 물건들이요. 기다리신 신상들입니다. 말끔히.
Honestly, playing with the assumption that I'm going for a run clear is really funny for me. Just because like it's reminding me of how differently I play the game now, or how differently I played the game before when before we knew what Faint Data was. Do you have other games you enjoy? I might go back to Shadowverse to farm Take 2. But honestly, like, I don't really have any games I like really spam for the most part. Like, I've been playing Maple Story Idol, which isn't really a real game. I'm like playing that Dragon Traveler game, which is like fine, I guess. Not gonna pretend it's breaking any records or anything, but it's definitely like I can't say I don't enjoy playing it because like unfortunately, like I spent like 3 hours last night, like trying to min-max it. The Gunnar in that game is wild. You also downloaded it? Yeah, it's so crazy. But I literally spent like 3 hours last night, like ramming my head through like one of the stages, because I was like, because in my head, all I could think of was Suchi going, "Oh yeah, it reminds me a lot of Pick Me Up." And I remember last night as I was going to bed, I was like, this fucker thinks this game is like Pick Me Up. I'm gonna play it and like see if it's like even that like even if it's that like big brain. And it turns out it actually is like decently big brain. Like you can actually brute force your way through fights if you play it smart or if you have good positioning and you like reroll the RNG, which is unfortunately a lot like Pick Me Up. And I was just thinking, I was like lying in bed from like 1 to 4 a.m. just going like, fuck me, man. And I like finally finished, like beat my head into the stage. And I looked at my phone and I'm like, because I play on my iPad, right? Like I'm like, let me get my iPad out just to put the visual. I'm like this for like 2.5 hours. I'm like this in bed. And then my phone, I like grab my phone, I'm like, fuck me. Oh god. Dragon Traveler was quite enjoyable. I think, I wonder how long term the game is gonna be fun for, but like, I definitely was like, unpleasantly surprised, if that's even a way to say it. Because that was a game, I was fully ready to just be like, this game is trash flop. And I proceeded to spend 4 hours instead of sleeping. Trying to get something to work, and now I have to like go begrudgingly like, okay, yeah, there is some depth to this game somehow. Meow, hey donut. Brother, he's obsessed with Pick Me Up, dude. It's so funny. I need to read it eventually, but like, gotta be honest, the state of like translated light novels to me are like so ugly. I know that not all of them are bad. But, should I take this? I've been taking listless equipment. Maybe I'll just take it. Oh. This is kind of good now. Yeah, fuck it. Hand it over. You still have a gift sub. Promo hours that expire February 1. Start discount. I don't know what that means. Don't care. I'm gonna put this on Serenial because she has higher stats. Also, I was gonna put it on Veronica, but I realized that repos can't pull that card. If I put it on her, which might matter later on. Oh. Isn't Soul Control broken with this character? Do I still have Epiphanies left to farm? This one, 1, 2, 3. 4. I have 4 Epiphanies left. I think I felt like you because I started late. Someone played like 2 hours before reset and missed so much shit. Oh yeah. I mean, on the bright side, if you did miss a lot of shit, this is what I did for the Maple Story game. But you can like, because it's a server-based game, if you're afraid of like, if you have like that brain rot in your head telling you to like reset for an optimal start for ranking purposes, you can just start again. Like, you can just start again. No shame in that. That's what I did for Maple Story. And this game's gonna be the exact same thing, so if you care, you might as well just server hop. Because the start of the game's like exactly the same, but if you don't really, I mean, if you're normal and you don't care that much, then just keep on server. It doesn't matter. Can't wait for Sushi to play Enfield and say it's just like Pick Me Up. Sushi is so funny. He is so funny. No point in doing retain. Actually, I could keep this for a new turn. I'll just go for the retain for the run. Yeah, the game, like, I definitely don't know if I'm playing long term. I think my biggest problem with it is that, like, it's super predatory. Cause yeah, I saw there's a permanent package that you could take. I messed it up. Like the permanent package you can take that gives you 5 pulls a day permanently. Like, huh? On-screen celebration. Thank you, Ratchet. Thank you for the 40 bits. I appreciate it. You know, part of me, like, I was wondering. I think, like, if I can't find a job this month, I might have to start being desperate with, like, Twitch monetization, because it's getting dire out there. My bank account's getting dire. I'm not gonna say I need it now, because I have a few interviews that are going well, but, I'm just, like, thinking about how, I'm like thinking, like, do I do a subathon like all these other Twitch viewers or Twitch people do to make rent, or should I just like go to the local McDonald's and ask them to let me put the fries in the bag? But yeah, all that leaded to say that like the most you guys need to do is sub or become a member on YouTube if you want. Oh, what the hell? But I appreciate. I appreciate any monetary support, but it's something. It's like no pressure unless you see me going like a desperation Twitch subathon. Dude, anyone ashames you for trying to make a living by playing a couple commercials or whatever? Just D-bags? Oh no, don't worry. Like it's not about like it's not about that feeling bad. It's like when I first started streaming, I was employed, and so like I was employed playing a game. Oh, Donut's still here. Oh wait, I didn't even see you say this, Donut. You see the new season trailer for Return Return? They're Gooner Maxing? I'm scared. Royal 10. Oh, is this Casino again? Oh my god, it's Casino again. Oh my god. That's Chiara? Oh my god! Okay. Wait, that's Hayes? I thought that was Rio. Wait, this is literally Rio. With a gun. This is last one, Justina. She doesn't have clothes on. Oh no, it's flesh colored. Okay, I guess that's a little more acceptable. Wow. Show us? Oh god. I'm gonna get demonetized. What's this? Didn't make enough money from GGST. I mean, that's not true. The GGST was literally last patch, right? It's muted. They had this plan. This is probably intentional. Chiara, same thing. Or Chiara. 4th highest selling game? That's crazy. You hope for the best. Yeah. I think most of my bitterness towards Storm Return is the larger is not the devs but the community managers for the game. Cause I think yeah, you see how I thought she was unclothed, but you can see flesh colored stuff on her. Server is dead. What are these skins? So 2-3 years ago, if you played 2-3 years ago, I think it was think it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, they had a skin line called Casino. This is the follow-up for that. Because that Casino skin line was like the highest grossing skin they had, I think, ever. And yeah, they're just they're just tripling down. Dear God. Not planning on spending money if I server hop, I'll probably wait until 2030s to wait out whales. Makes sense, yeah. Oh no, you're not waiting out whales, by the way. I tried doing that for Bible Story, you're not waiting out the whale. The whales will server hop after you, and then they'll full refund, or they won't full refund if they hit well. Like the actually, I'm assuming you probably already know the standard whale protocol, but it's literally like it's like they like. I didn't realize I only activated once. Whatever. Excuse me. They just like roll, they refund or charge back. It's like very standard whale protocol to charge back. Like you'll always see them, and then if they do well, like if the whales keep top 50, they'll always stay. So you never get better than top 50 in any of these games because of what they do. I figured you might already know that, so irrelevant. That ain't CZN. That's the game I originally played the game. Oh, that's my original stream game called Atomic Return. If you go very deep into my YouTube history, you can see it on there. That server is probably South America. I'm assuming. I know South America was always like high key, a graveyard. Hope for the best. Yeah. Season 4, season 10 now, so it was 2 years ago. I'm gonna go Bunny Girl skin, but that one got power cut by her bikini skin. Yeah, instantly. But yeah, Ratchet. The as I was saying earlier, that Strong Return game, that's like the game I originally started streaming on, and I used to be employed. I used to make like okay money, like not like super crazy, but I don't spend much usually, so I could be employed for a little bit. So like I would tell, and like back then the community for Eternal Return were all like kids, and by kids I mean like high school or like high school college students who didn't have much money. And then the only person that funded most streamers in Eternal Return was a guy named Flipper, who would dump like a lot onto people. So that's why I'm in the habit of going like, oh, you don't need to, if you don't want to, like that sort of thing. But obviously, like, I don't mind it. It's just like, because of that community, I'm like, it's just my natural response to getting stuff from others. I say it's 100% dead, but Nimble Non deleted ERCS so the force play NA if they want to make a tournament. That's crazy, actually. EU? Oh. I miss this guy. There's this guy named Zeno. There's so many Zenos in the world, but yeah. One of my better Eternal Return friends is named Zeno, and he used to smurf on like back before the game fully released, when it was still solos. He used to like drag himself to NA just to get games in, and then every time he wanted to play, he'd be like, "Is it still dead? Is it still only NA?" And then he'd go and he'd be like, "Yeah, it's still NA only." And then he'd quit again because he got sick of playing on E or on a 90 ping because he had self-respect or something stupid. Usually fun with staying in top 50 since always returning getting spinning battle, especially early. That I don't know. Yeah. The game's like, it's all right. I think I can definitely keep it as a casual game. But we'll see. As I mentioned, the tournament where they paired up. Oh yeah, that was a whole set of drama. Cause yeah, Frankie does not know how to hold back at all. I think he might have gotten I think he got a little better after that because everyone flamed him. Everyone but like the top, or like everyone but the really good players played the shit out of Frankie after that. And then he was always like super sarcastic whenever people talked to or referred back to that tournament. But he did that a lot. He actually did that like the last like 4 or 5 content creator tournaments or events. I don't know why that particular event he cared more. Yeah, Frankie Doodle was always like that. He was thriving, really. That was not the impression I got from anything I heard about EU the past long while.
조준하겠습니다. 쏴버릴까요? 충분하게. 맞아요. 코발트 윙 선멸. 코알스키 경. 이거면 되겠죠. 준비돼 기운이 나셨나요?
But yeah, I'm sure Donut knows about a decent amount of this, but the drama with like okay, it makes me happy that like a gacha game. I guess okay, that's not true. There was so much drama that I heard about with like Hoyo creators and like Kuro gamers, but like the community for Eternal Return or like the community managers for Eternal Return were so cliquey. There was like one guy who was like who was like slightly better about it, but he didn't really. But it was like a guy who used to be a community, or like he was like a Korean guy that moved back to Korea because he couldn't find a job in America fast enough, and then he got hired at Nimble Neuron, and he wasn't employed to do American community events, so he didn't do too much, but he was like a better person. And then there was another guy who's like really close with the English community, Wendy, who like went off to the army for 2 years. So that 2-year period where it was both not the guy who got hired and also the developer was gone, that 2-year period was when the game was most active, and the community managers during that time were absolutely trash. And I don't know if anyone that's watching the stream is or was friends with the people, because it's a very open secret on who those people were. So like, if someone was from the community and they hear me talking about this, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I did not like either community manager. And I think that's also not an open secret, or like a secret either. But yeah, so much silly stuff happened in that game. Do you think they'll fix this pop-up windows? I'm tired of don't show anymore every week. Maybe it's intended. It is intended, sadly. I think maybe they'll make it go away faster, but like, because it's a Korean game, I think there's a law that requires them to tell you that you've been playing a while. Because League of Legends has it too. I don't know why it's a real question for why it's like forced to stay up. But I at least know that like it's supposed to be there for sure. I don't know why it blocks you out of interacting though. Was that Aesop? Yeah, Aesop was really bad, and then the person after Aesop. Oh no, my bad. It was Aesop, and then it was the 2-year gap. So Wendy left like a little after Aesop left. So I think like a 1.5-year period where like they hired. It was the guy that got hired at Eternal Return helped the real community manager get a job at Nimble Neuron. And that's the person that like made the game really. That's the person that was super clicky. You can actually tell exactly when that person was hired because every event had the exact same people, like no matter what, being like touted as casters or hosts and stuff. Like that person. I mean, I get it. Like get your friends the bag, but it was pretty egregious. Are you sure when I entered? Oh, I think. I thought there was an option for that. Yeah, there's an option for end of turn pop up. I keep it because they play really fast. So like I'll like play super fast, and sometimes I'll miss like an indicator for something. So like here I can end turn, but then since it tells you I have cards to use, I'm like, oh right, I drew. Like I'll play more. And then for example, like I'll play like the basic attack that generates a laser. So like I would have lost this as well. So that's always why I have it left on, because I like go super fast, and sometimes I end turn anyways. Like I'll like snap click the end turn button because I have a retain card. So my head's like, oh, the game's telling me I have a retain card. No shit, I have a retain card. And then I lose the card that they're actually trying to tell me to play because I ended turn too fast. So it doesn't work all the time, but that's the reason why I have that thing on. Talos? It was not Immortalis. It was another person. It was like, oh, okay. I guess it applies to Talos, but okay. So I'm down to out the people that were just known. Like I'm not outing this particular person because they're still in the community. So I like, and like they have a lot of respect, and I don't want to like, and yeah. But so the history of the Eternal Return, not as a competitive side, but let's see. There was so there was a DreamHack Boston. I think it must have been 5. I want to say, okay, I think it was 4 years ago. I think it must have been 4 years ago. 4 years ago, there was a DreamHack Boston. This is, so, Noble Neuron used to be sponsored and managed by Gen G, for reference. So there used to be real money, potentially, in Eternal Return. Like, actual, a lot of money. Like, if you go back to Nemesis, Box, this is actually what you're talking about, or oh no, this is afterwards. No, yeah, this is like afterwards, but this is like around the time where the drama happened with Frankie. But Gen G, like all Gen G content creators used to be contracted to play Eternal Return at least once a month. So that's why you had people like Nemesis playing Eternal Return. So that's a huge throwback. So around that time. No. Oh, yeah, so around the time that Gen G went online with the Eternal Return, there was a DreamHack Boston, and this and like so obviously like Eternal Return being a game with like a lot of fans, they had a panel there. And so there were a few people that went to that DreamHack Boston panel for obvious reasons, because they want to support the game and like show off that there's actually people playing. And they had a tournament, and it turns out like they had like an event tournament that needed to be casted, and the people they originally hired to cast that tournament couldn't show. So they took random people that showed up to DreamHack Boston from the community to like help cast. And is this a rare one? It's not. It's the one that it has veins when it does the rare one. I forget. Yeah. So I don't know if the bot is online anywhere, but like you can still see this DreamHack Boston event because the people that had win, they had a couch. They had a casting couch where okay, that's not the right term. That has a lot of connotations. But there was literally like a stadium for them to sit around and talk. Right, like it was legit an entire thing at the time, and so what ended up happening is that one of the people that attended that like had a taste, because for reference, like I was casting a lot back then for this game, like I did a lot of community stuff, and I'm fine with, and okay, there's no payments, right? Like no money was in it. It was all for the community. Like all the prize pool and all the money went towards the players because obviously they're the ones like putting the work and being good. And so like I would cast with friends. I would like be asked to do stuff, and I got paid nothing. Totally fine. So when that event happened, the people that casted that Gen G event got paid like $60. And then when that happened, one of the people. Yeah, I used to host tier 2 scrims, yeah. I did a lot for community back then. So one of the people that got $60 was like, oh shit, there's a lot of money. and that person made sure they went from being like just a streamer, like, which is fine, obviously, it's fine to be a streamer, but they went from just being a streamer to making sure they were involved in every single thing in the game, making sure that, like, denying other people the ability to, like, have a chance of being a content or like being a streamer or being a caster. They made sure that they were in charge of like all the events to make sure they got money and the clout and the income from Gen G events. And I think that was the real downfall of the game for me, because the game went from being like relatively grassroots with like people that had genuine passion for the game getting most of the getting like almost everything. Like the people with genuine passion were people like funding tournaments. They were the ones not funding tournaments, but they were the ones like in charge of everything. They're the ones that were like spokespeople. They had most of the clout. They were like well liked for the most part. And then once that person figured out that they could just like force themselves into all related events, that started being the trend. Like that was the new norm from then on. There's no more like oh, who's casting this week, oh, who's casting next week. It was always the exact same person that showed up. It was always the exact same posts, the exact same like faces, and it would have been fine if, like, to me, like, again, being someone that doesn't like the person very much, if it wasn't for like the poor quality of their commentary and their hosting. And so I went from like watching, I went from like cursorily watching these events and like being a supporter to just like never watching a thing because I was like so disinterested in like what the like videos and stuff were. And even now, it's like the exact same people. Oh yeah, Ajitoma's cool. And a really big problem, well, I think the biggest problem in Show Return is that they did not reward people if they were not, or they didn't reward people, period. Ajitoma still plays time to time, he doesn't play ranked anymore, he plays norms. Good for him. I think he has a better relationship with the game than I do, for sure. But like, so for example, like, I'm sure, I mean, Dona obviously knows, but I don't think a lot of my viewers now are from Shadowverse. But like, if you played Shadowverse or you're here from Shadowverse days, you probably know who Nero is, and Nero is the reason why, or Nero's like, was the biggest English Show Return streamer by like a country mile, by like so many metrics, like literally everything. And he got diddly squat from Nibble Neuron. Because like, again, like I don't know what people's problems were, but like I don't know if like, again, I guess it's American community managers and stuff, but like he just had no, I guess, support from no support from the devs. He had a lot of support from the community. Like the community loved him and they gave him a lot, but the developers never gave Nero anything, despite him being like the anchor and glue of the C and greater English-speaking like viewership. He came back. I know he went back, but he's still playing. Obviously, like the viewership is way down, and for NA, and Shadowverse is like his main game now. He was upset when Ranto was playing Rio Johan, probably because he couldn't kill you guys with a billion ping. That's funny though. But yeah, Ajitoma was cool. I didn't realize he completely stopped making content, period. I thought he still had other stuff going on besides the Storm Return, because he... I mean, yeah, his videos were good. He was actually, when I started making videos, he was actually my, whatchamacallit, my benchmark for a lot of aspects of my early videos. Because he was the one that made me realize, like, obviously, okay, not saying that he has low effort videos, but he had like a lot of low effort edits that I was like, oh, like I can do that, and I can make my videos slightly better by adding these lower effort edits, like, so like GIFs like emphasizing an emotion or like screenshots being posted. Like I didn't realize that you could just do that until I watched them, or like until I like analyze some of his videos to like get some tips and pointers from it. So I think it's a big reason why like basing off or like looking at his videos and like basing my content off of his videos is like a big reason why I even have a decent channel, because I'm not really good at being original. A lot of my stuff is based on, like, unless it's like build or like, I guess for content purposes, I'm not very original. I'm like good at remembering previous things and then like using it for myself. But I'm not good at like making a completely novel idea. So when it comes to stuff like learning how to do something, I always have to have a frame of reference, or else I'm just like a blob when it comes to the thing I'm trying to learn how to do. Which, like, obviously I think most people do better learning from an example, but I know a lot of people that are like truly talented, so that's the only reason why I make that distinction. But yeah, it was super educational watching his videos, because he was obviously the biggest Eternal Return streamer for America. Like, he is still, like, even to this day, he is objectively the biggest Eternal Return streamer ever, and no one will ever take that away from him for America. I think, or even over there. Like, he's just the biggest English-speaking Eternal Return content creator that we will ever have for the game. So it makes sense that trying to like stealing some of his ideas or like appropriating some of his ideas was good, because it's good to copy from smarter people. And then at some point, I just became like the lowest effort video editor possible. I think my channel can never really grow beyond what it is unless I get like a super lucky break, because dear God, I never like I just don't have the, not necessarily desire. Maybe it is desire. I don't have like the I think it's just desire. I don't have that like raw dog in me to like spend time making super good video edits. Just like rage bait videos like Rin. Oh, I mean, that's not even like a Rin particular thing. Like, knowing how to do good clickbait is a requirement. You either make good clickbait or you just have like really pretty thumbnails that people naturally gravitate to. And again, since I am not talented at like those sort of things, what I'm trying to say, like, I trended towards just doing clickbait. So like I'm like much closer to like Rin's style of thumbnail creation, or to begin with. But yeah, if you're not good, you clickbait or rage bait, and then you and then like in the video you just like a bit more tame and all that. I know some people don't like that aspect of content creation, but I think at this point, like, it's been so long that most people are pretty accepting of like that style of like clickbait. Like, I don't think I've met anyone recently that's been like, or like seen any comments. Okay, that's not true. The last video I made, people seemed a bit annoyed for some reason about the about like the rage baity aspect of the video, but I don't really think it was that rage bait. Like, if I go back to the comments, there's like a few of them that are like, oh yeah, this guy's just rage baiting. Like, this video is just rage bait, don't bother responding, or like whatever. And I didn't really understand why, because I think like I think I was proven right today by the developers. I think unfortunately the game is like, it is just dry. Like, I do not think I was wrong with my take on the game. Again, isn't a big deal. This is a funny observation that people said I was rage baiting when like I genuinely was not even, like, that was not a video I was trying to rage bait on either. So it's even funnier. Like, I was like a genuine like, oh, they think I'm I think I'm trying to farm content when I do really think the season's dry. But I know Rin's like, oh, the thing you like is trash. Which is ironic because there's Sushi was like covering a guy the other day, like maybe like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, of a guy that like randomly popped the fuck off on YouTube for Genshin. And that guy is like super positive and wholesome. And he did like the opposite of rage baiting, where he had like it was like wholesome bait, because he was like, wow, I'm a longtime Wu player, and Genshin is really good. Which is like fine, obviously. It was just like a funny it's like a funny distinction between like what you usually do on YouTube versus like what that guy did to like just suddenly pop the fuck off. He went from like being like a decently big channel from covering Legend of Zelda and Wuwa to like getting almost 1 million views in like 8 days on that first Genshin video. And then I think when Suchi was watching him, he was streaming, or when Suchi brought him up, he was streaming, and he like climbed to like 3,000 viewers in like, I want to say like an hour, which is really, really good for a small content creator. I think I've already forgotten his name. Maybe I attempt to look him on like Twitter is still there. Yeah, it is. You can hear his Switch can hear. The thing just popped up. Oh my bad, he got 300,000, not nearly 1 million. I'm glad he didn't stream every day. Didn't stream every day. He's streaming in 4 days, once a week. Yeah, his channel's popping off now. He posted a video yesterday and it's already at 38,000 videos, or 38,000 views. So yeah, the opposite of rage baiting. Also looks like it's quite nice for YouTube these days if you're willing to put in the editing effort, because his videos were really well edited. That bonfires for me. Punished for not waiting for a second.
조준하겠습니다. 코발트 윙 3년. 조준하겠습니다.
It's stupid. I forgot that I took this before and I knew it was bugged. Then I just... Am I dead? Wait, am I dead? I'm literally dead? From what? Oh, they're playing Bold. Wow. I did not look at my HP bar at all that entire turn. Right. Well, we're just activating this then. Silly game. Oh, I was relying on that Ravage discount actually working and it did not work. It is what it is. Also, I just realized, I don't know how I didn't notice earlier, but you were jumping between Twitch and YouTube. It's funny. Read the name and I was like, oh, that's weird. I thought I saw another screen on the other window. feel like this should be a quick one shot because of my team quality. This like shouldn't even be difficult. No mods.
조준하게 써버릴 하나, 둘, 준비 완료.
No difficult mods. No interesting team comp that's unreliable. Just good old OP garbage. I think they chose the wrong cobalt though.
신중해. 기운이 나셨나요? 지켜드릴게요. 경기 좋죠?
And that does a little damage. Weird. Take this just for the raw damage increase. I don't really think it's going to be doing too much real value outside of the flat attack that's getting.
이런 게 필요했지. 하나, 둘, 준비 완료. 코발트 반. 써버릴까? 반드시 명중시킵니다.
Might as well knock it out of play so I save some HP.
조준하게 급속 충전 시스템 가동. 코발트 위 3년. 준비됐어요.
Good order.
신중하게. 조준하겠습니다. 선장님.
Divine Epiphany. These are all pretty mid. Let's go with right side because I think it gives way more tenacity damage.
집중 타격합니다. 코발트 윙 대기 중. 조준하겠습니다. 3년. 준비됐. 물러서세요.
This fight went from like okay to like being really bad. I didn't realize my tenacity was dropping off that bad. Ouch.
코발트 윙 대기 중. 3년. 기운이 나셨나요? 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트. 조준하겠습니다.
So I bother fighting Cthulhu Boy. I'm just leaving, right? Because I'm trying to finish the run. No real point in killing this guy. Too bad.
신중하게. 기운이 나셨나요? 하나, 둘, 준비 완료. 칼라라.
Just be eating this hit.
이 아르웨님의 손을 거치면 뭐든 무적이라니까. 갑니다.
Oh, so they dodge the hit? I don't take that much damage. Or I don't take any stress besides the generic stress. I probably should have healed before I left. Oh well. I can live with that.
저도 가끔은. 어라, 언제 오셨지?
Do-do.
어서 오세요. 현명하신 선택이에요.
Should I just buy random stuff to make the run easier? I guess I will for fun.
새 물건들이요? 기다리신 신상들입니다. 기다리신 신상들입니다. 오늘 다시 찾아와 주세요. 당장 전력으로 부딪혀. 하나, 둘, 준비 완료. 머리 위를 조심하세요.
I think I have
대상을
morale.
집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중
I use that too
타격합니다.
early.
침착하게 타. 써버리 베로니카에겐 꿈이 코알시키경. 이거면 되겠죠. 기운이 나셨나요? 코발트 윙 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트. 침착하여.
I probably should have drawn first. Another order Omega Lol moment.
조준에게 선.
I didn't Epiphany my Flaming Laser, and I think I'm missing the I don't know. Yeah, Shiny Core is also not Epiphany. So I'm just down a lot of good Epiphanies for fun.
조준에게
Happens.
선멸. 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 준비돼. 물러서세요. 신중하게.
We have a heal on this.
확인해보자. 코발트 윙 급속 충전 시스템 가동.
Song points are 100 points here. Suchi is ripping us off.
조준하겠습니다. 써버릴까요?
Yeah. Suchi's a dirty little scammer.
선멸. 선멸. 조준하겠습니다.
To be fair though, Sushi also streams way longer hours than I do. He has so like I keep my redeems pretty low because otherwise like people won't be able to use them at all. That guy streams like,
기운이 나셨나요?
yeah, he streams like it's his day job, and it is kind of his day job, but yeah,
준비됐. 지켜드릴게요.
yeah.
코발트 윙.
Gamchi?
대출.
True.
전부 포격하겠습니다.
After that 8, I think.
조준하게 선멸. 선멸.
It's at 8. So I'll probably rate him like an hour. Actually, I might rate him sooner because
코발트 윙.
I don't even know what I'm gonna be
대상을 집중
pretty first,
타격합니다.
whatever.
코발트 윙.
I don't get it. Why is this not working? Oh, is it when it's Ravage it costs 1? So I have to draw this? Wait, I was not watching the stream when I drew this card.
조준하겠습니다. 조준 완료. 코발트 라이트.
That's fair, yeah. It is what it is.
다음엔 안 봐줘.
Little bro in his daily 9-hour streams. It's another good one, but I'll just skip it. I'll only accept if it's 3 or more, I guess, in the future. I think base is 2 OP. He's trying to copy Jenna? What does Jenna do? I honestly have never watched Jenna. Like, whenever we all start talking about like these like streamers, these like gacha streamers, I'm always like so out of the loop. Like literally, like, you know those memes of like the point and then you, like the whoosh? That's always me whenever you guys start talking about other people. Because I only watch small streamers, so I generally have no idea like what these bigger guys do or what their habits are. I think the largest streamer I ever watched must have been like some like StarCraft streamer named Pig. Like I didn't even watch OTV in their heyday. There must have been someone else. There must have been someone else I watched a lot of in the past. Yeah, oh well.
조준하겠습니다.
The OP one for Chaos. The other one is way better for taking the hit. That other one is way better for generic gameplay. The one that like you select Epiphany. So you can force
코발트 윙. 핫!
Kill anyways. You can force the good laser and like have that bounce back and all that over and over again, but I'm pretty sure this one's like way better for chaos. But you get so many extra hits. You have like you get it immediately. You have a lot of extra hits. It's everything you need for this silly world.
준비됐어요. 어린이를 조심하세요.
Turns out with the E7 guy for a long time, so it's just our games like CZ and Wuwa, etc. Pretty sure interest in Jenna was start once you click win this. I see. It's like 9+ hours of during odd hours and yaps a lot. Yeah, I remember Suji saying that he's like a newer Twitch, so like, that makes sense. That's really cute. You're right. Hey Rico. Start today so Miss Serenial, debating just pulling standards so we're going to next limited. Get started 5 banner and build around them. Oh, can you not hit the I guess yeah, I said you to start today. It would be impossible, but I was gonna say you have 2 hours. So I will say you should still pull on the limited because
반드시 명중시킵니다.
okay, it'd be really odd if it didn't work both ways, but I am like 99.99% sure that the banner pulls carry over. So yeah, so you should still be pulling unless you're fully dry, because Serenial is super OP, and if you're someone who like doesn't really mind like if you want a challenge or like you don't mind like some things like maybe being out of your reach or like having a more difficult time, then you can easily dodge her. But if you want to like have like a wheelchair to carry you through stuff much more easily, then you probably should pick up Serenial, because I think the expectation for Serenial right now, or for limiteds, is that for me personally, I'm assuming that the limiteds will happen at the end of each season. So if you don't pull her now, or if you don't pull a limited now, you might be holding the pulls until like end of February. Which, if you're fine with that, then go for it. But for now, the game is not difficult enough to warrant that type of saving, I guess. So yeah, I'd pull on characters you like that you'd like to see, and then otherwise, yeah. Valentine's limited? Probably. I didn't mention it. Yeah, cause let's see. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. No. 3. No, you're right. I think you're right. It is that one. Cause so NARJA's banner will go away on February 4th, and then oh no, wait. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Actually, you might be right, cause oh no. Wait, let me check the thing really quickly. The timing works out for sure. I just want to see how precise it is. Because they have this silly roadmap thing with an image somewhere. Season 3 is April. Wait, this thing's just dodging March? Wait, what? So season 2 is gonna start February 4th, and then Great Rift 1. Oh, okay, never mind. It's right. Okay, yeah, never mind. I don't think it'll be the Valentine's. I think maybe it'll be their first ever double banner. I can believe that. Yeah, I think I can believe a double banner, but I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about Valentine's being a particularly special event in their eyes. Excuse me. Senetsu.
코발트 윙 최대 출력.
Yeah, Easter. Oh, okay. So the timing.
상부 포격하겠습니다.
So the timing that I expect is generically
조준하겠습니다. 3명, 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 3명.
By the way, that's the exact reason why I should pull Centennial. By the way, that entire round of bullshit I just did. That's the exact reason why I think Centennial is really powerful for this content. Because like you hit this epiphany, like usually characters in this game, you need at least like 1 or 2 epiphanies, like 1 or 2 particular epiphanies to overperform. But this character, you hit 1 epiphany and you're overperforming the entire chaos. Like this thing is so disgustingly overpowered for really no reason other than it can be. First gacha, Fire Emblem to E7 was always on V-Day. I don't remember Fire Emblem Heroes having broken. Never mind.
코발트 윙.
I thought about it.
조준하겠습니다.
Rhino Katria exists,
코발트
so you are right.
대상을 집중.
Fire Emblem Heroes had at least 1 super giga OP Valentine's character.
준비됐어요. 조준하겠습니다. 3명,
I now remember Rhino Katria was a thing. That was something that happened in Fire Emblem Heroes history.
3명.
Deliciously power crept down, but that was something that terrorized the game for like 2 years straight. The post one unlimited, so you get it. I get it like the next. Love her background though. You like Serenial's background?
조준하겠습니다. 3명.
I'm gonna be honest, like I'm not a massive fan of like Gooner based stuff, but I can respect people that do like it. I think the only times I like don't really like it is when like it's and this particularly only matters in gacha spheres because gacha players love doing this, where like they make sure that you know that whatever they say is better, is more correct than what you think. If whatever I just said, I don't know if that made sense, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Descriptions of skills and final appears are nuts now. Oh, I don't know why I'm still sub to that game. I'm still sub to that shit. I should really unsub at some point because I like play like every like few days. What was the OP in for a long time in Fire Emblem Heroes? Black Knight. Brave Hector?
충전 시스템 가동.
Normal Hector?
3명,
Brave Ike?
3명.
I think it was probably, I think you're probably thinking of Brave Ike
지켜드릴게요.
if it's like a really long time, because Brave Ike was probably the character with like the longest being OP spree in the game. I don't think there was like, I don't think Black Knight was that OP for that long compared to Brave Ike. I could be wrong.
조준하겠습니다.
I could be very wrong. I was not. I started playing Fire Emblem Heroes a lot in 2019, which was like, ironically enough, like long after most of the broken shit was in the game. Like problematic broken shit, I guess, is in the game. So yeah, I'm ironically I'm dated on that particular info. Why does this guy hurt so much? Someone stop him!
순진하게. 코발트 윙 조준하겠습니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 대상을 집중 타격합니다. 준비됐 지켜드릴게요. 코발트 윙.
아. I go the wrong way just now. I like clicked and I realized there was a. Okay, never mind, I can dodge it. Thank God. Oh my God. That could have been so bad, so fast.
크레딧은 충분히 가져오셨죠?
What's a bad card? I kinda need the healing. It's a bad card. Get out of here. Attack analysis.
기다리신 새 물건들이야. 손님분 기다리고 기다리신 신상들임. 오늘 하신 기다리고 기다리신.
Man, I cannot wait for Real Chaos. I want Real Chaos so bad.
당연히
This will be so much more interesting with Real Chaos.
또 봐요. 거기야.
think it was Ike. You know what, Fox? I didn't read that message for a while because when I glanced, I thought you said, I think it was like. And then I was waiting this entire time for you to say what the full message was, and I just read it again. I was like, oh, there's a missing letter. Oopsies. Am I stupid? We like Ike. Sorry, did I just get rid of this D cube? Yeah, most of my messages are undecipherable most of the time. Major spelling mistake. Nah, most of your messages are fine. You should see my typos. Actually, you have seen my typos. Unironically, not even that bad. I need to get a haircut so badly. My hair is so long these days. I just get a haircut like before the holidays. And here I am, like a week and a half after the holidays have ended. Can you decipher this? Saint Unseed. Who's Saint Unseed? Never heard of him. Are you an E7 player? No. I know a lot about E7. You know, I don't know if you were around for this game, but I used to play King's Raid. And back in the day, King's Raid and E7 were like the two biggest gacha games. And so even now on my phone, when I type E7, my phone autocorrects to shit 7. Because that's what I used to call it. You know, King's Raid, yeah. If you played E7 like way back in the day, then King's Raid is probably very... Like, King's Raid is just a known title because of fuck. Because yeah, they used to be competitive. Used to be competitive, carrying a lot of weight in that statement, by the way. KR2 coming soon? Yeah. I probably won't play it. I can't be bothered. That game dominated like my first, I think must have been, I think sophomore year is when it came out of my university. So it was a while ago. I think it was sophomore year. I might have dated myself, but yeah. You were not there for that? Oh, don't worry. How do you think I don't know about what this is? Suji's also like complained about it so many times. About you pulling the stun seed off on him. So funny. Such a funny thing to say. Oh my god. That guy was so upset about you pulling off stun seed on him. Such a good moment. Yeah, I wish I was there for like the event itself. But yeah. But I did try playing E7 back when the free run collab happened not long ago. So I did give it a solid try. I got free run. I made it all the way to like the literal most bottom of bottom challenger, and not RTA, but like generic arena. And then like as I was like doing the store shuffle, as my eyes crossed for the 100th time that week, I realized I'm not an E7 player. So I stopped playing. The reason why I was like even interested in E7 because I was and I still am a huge simp for Spectre Tenebria. Like Spectre Tenebria is like, Okay, also, I'm gonna preface this, but I didn't know she had a rat tail. Or like I didn't realize she saw like her pony, like a really thin ponytail, like outside of her head. I thought she just had a bob. So keep that in mind. But I'm like the biggest Spectre Tenebria sim because I love short hair, and like I love women that could murder me and short hair. So yeah, massive Tenebria sim. And so I heard that a friend told me that I could get her for free, so I did. But the game is not for me, sadly. Did you see Tenebria's ult skin? Oh, of course. Long-haired Tenebria? Like, no longer short hair, but my god. If I had money, I would have bought that skin before I quit. There's no two ways around it. That skin would have been in my account. But around the time they released Dark Age of 2, the main characters, one start to game. Yeah, that sounds really fun, honestly. The game, I mean, it's obviously a good game. I do wish, like, if I could go back in time and stop myself for... If I could go back in time and change my past, I would have probably chosen E7 over King's Raid. King's Raid was like a super sunken cost fallacy because I sent over Cleo in King's Raid because she was like the Fire Witch. The exact opposite of Tenebria, by the way. Like, Cleo was like, Cleo, whatever her name was pronounced. She was like a happy-looking, fire mage girl. Somehow I went from that to something for Tenebria. I don't know if you guys have played this gacha game, but there's another gacha game called, Alchemist Code. And for Alchemist Code, I like pulled for this girl named Yomi, and then I missed her, so I quit. And then I found out a year later that this Yomi girl is a massive brocon. And I still am very mad about her being a massive brocon. Like Gumi, yeah. Played the start, yeah. Yomi, I think she was there on the start. No, I think she released after the game released. So she was literally like the first patch after her official release. She wasn't yeah, I think she was that. He played Brave Frontier and Alchemist Code. One of my friends' little brother played Alchemist Code, but I never did. It looks fun, but I watched him play a bit, and then like I think I downloaded Brave Frontier 2, but that's why I like went to college, and then I was like, that was a time in my life where I wasn't a D-Gen, aka right before COVID. God, COVID ruined me. I know it ruined a lot of people, but I got my professional development got ruined by COVID, both because of COVID itself, and another half because I like lost. It ruined my professional development because obviously COVID like put the world in a standstill. So I went from like being promoted and moved along like pretty eminently to like not having anything lined up for like the next year, and then my motivation also just like nosedived. But you know, now I get to talk to all of you guys, and I'll be honest, like knowing that like I was gonna quit my job now knowing that like I was gonna burn out anyways, like I don't mind having like losing that professional development, because unless the opportunity cost for me it died. Yeah, the opportunity cost for like being a normal person and being employed would have had to have been like me having like a 300k salary by now, and that would have required me being director of whatever show's in, which is not really likely. So definitely don't mind where I am now. Guys, am I dead? Guys, am I cooked? You enjoy the reroll process? Oh, you enjoy the reroll process for some reason, like Vulcan? Is Vulcan a streamer, or is Vulcan, I'm assuming Vulcan's a streamer, worded like that. Hey, there's no shame in liking the reroll process. There was a gacha game, again, like that came out when I was in university. It was some shitty Sword Art Online gacha. I think it was Memory Defrag. But yeah, I played Memory Defrag and I was rerolling for a really, really bad character. I think it was Liz, because that was a time in my life where I was like, I rooted for like the childhood friend. So I was like, oh, not childhood friend. I think Liz just gives childhood friend energy, but I know she's not an actual childhood friend. But yeah, I like rooted for Liz, and then I think I rerolled for 8 straight hours on like 2 emulators on my phone, and I missed. And then ever since then, I have the only times I reroll is when the rerolling process is like 3 clicks, and that's it. BF2 was a disaster. The game was dead at launch. Oh shit, that's crazy. COVID messed up everything. Yeah, COVID messed up a lot of lives. I mean, obviously there's the group of people that like managed to benefit off COVID because their content creation career kicked off, which obviously good for them. But oh my god, like Tectone was a guy who was like such a small content creator. I remember like me and the community I used to frequent, we like used to play in his ass all the time. Because like we used to run into him in Casino Alice and like we'd barely lose to him. His like full sweat whale guild versus our like 2 whales and like slightly tryhard guild. And then COVID hit and he popped the fuck off. And it turns out he's as much of a shitbag as we thought he was back then. I remember Arknights Tectone, yeah, that was when I think my friends found out about him. That was an era. Tectone during COVID was insane, I know. Genshin gave so many people careers that they probably should have not had. But it is what it is. This background music's so funny. Is there a way to just lock this background music? Like for the entire game? I'm so down to be in chaos listening to this head empty, derpy, jolly old, chirpy music. Oh, so silly. I don't know. You went from being homeless to being well off, just crazy? Yeah, true. The chord progression is like the funniest part. I don't know why it has that like at the risk of being tone deaf, that like Egyptian chord progression. The part where it goes da 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 da. Like what's up with that? She's so funny though. God bless her. She's so funny. She's so funny. What do you want, Magna? Wait, I don't want to meet her. Okay. I mean, I figured that was, I mean, obviously I did it when it was easier. I think if that was original Chaos, I would have easily died. The one that was, because obviously, like, pre-patch, Chaos, you can reduce the morale. So it would have one-shot me on that one turn. And I would have lost, even with Cerneal, which is kind of funny. But it wasn't even a good Cerneal build, to be fair. I had a bad Epiphany on Cobalt. But yeah, I'll try and stream a bit more tomorrow, just because obviously there's tower and stuff. And I'll be able to actually build a character, aka NARJA. I really want to hold off on building the supports until the season drops, because it's, I don't know, it's such a headache. It's such a headache. Bella. Real coffee? Yeah, like, the worst part about preseason is knowing that everything you do is meaningless. Like, literally meaningless. How do you think she'll be? Oh, I can delay ending stream a little longer. I went on a huge ramble fest about her at the start stream. But basically, let me pull up the stuff. Where is the screenshot I made? Hopefully tower's actually fun. I really doubt it. I have no faith in this tower shit. Gotta be so for real. So, I said it earlier, so I think, her best character, like, as a joke, I'll just be saying that NARJA is like her #1 support because she has a DPS section or DPS option. If you want to, like, I don't know if you, me off of, if you just clicked on me from Twitch or if you know me from YouTube, but I have a YouTube channel, so I covered her a bit, like, very briefly in detail, if you want to watch that as well for like another take or another like version of my take. But I don't cover this stuff on it, so yeah. Just off the thumbnail, I think she's gonna be a DPS more than a support, but she'll be fine as a support. Check it out, sounds good. But yeah, so the main cope, I think incorrectly, people have deduced that she is a defense scaler, so like for the sake of like Amir and not Magna, because Magna doesn't really have anything. So people are saying that she's a good support for Khalifa and Amir, and I think that's objectively not true, because unfortunately, NARJA has no draw. And if a character has no draw, they either have to be super bullshit like Mika was in early days, or they have to be... Yeah, they just have to, you need to have draw. To be a truly good support, you need to have draw. And Mika only got away with it because you could, because like her most like distilled version is her having like triple remove. Like with Mika, you could go like, you could do triple remove into delete Whirlpool into triple dupe on Source of Water with +1 draw, right? So like at her base, Mika represented a 1-card deck with +4 AP, or with plus I think yeah, +4 AP at minimum, and some healing in case you needed it. But NARJA doesn't really, or she does have that. Like NARJA can also have the same vibe where, again, knowing that mutant sample is no longer as accessible, like you have to go into zero system, which is very, again, feels very bad. So I wouldn't recommend going for zero system or going for support NARJA at all, because you just don't have the mutant data sample or bank data for it. But if you're trying to copy the Mika build, you delete all of these. You delete these 3 cards, and then you go this with a Divine Epiphany. Divine Epiphany will be either, it'll be +1 draw, right? So it's this times 3 with a Divine Epiphany, and when you do triple Divine Epiphany with double dupe, that's gonna be 60 plus 60 from Divine Epiphanies, and then another 10 from the duplications, right? And then since you're deleting 3 cards, that means you lose. That's oh right. Actually, you can't even delete all 3, can you? Oh wait, what? Am I stupid? First one's free. Oh, yeah. So this actually requires you to have 170 faint data, because this is 100. It costs 100 memory for this, so this ends up equaling 170. So this specifically is the reason why I don't think you can go for support NARJA in preseason, because you have to hit a tier 15 save, and then you have to roll for this. And hitting this specific deck is super, super rare. And not only is it rare, you're gonna be spending orbs, you're gonna be spending credits. Because you just started, right? So I think you just started, so Maybe he's gonna place first, but support you can rock for a while before creep. Okay, yeah, so I guess this might be really educational for you since you just started today. But you're not sure if CZN's the same. It's so if you're totally new to CZN, there is a lot of weird problems it has right now. So I own every character right now, so I can just show you from here. So CZN has a really odd support issue. I have a tier list video if you want to watch. Oh no, don't watch those. Those take way too long. But I have tier list videos. If you want to like click on them and look at the tier list itself, I do explain everything in detail, but you don't have to watch. I'll summarize it really briefly. CZN has a problem where the best supports are low rarity supports. This character, Cassius in particular, is going to be nerfed soon on season 2. We don't know how, and they're saying it's a rework, but he's gonna get nerfed because he does damage, he heals, he draws. Link away. Yeah, if you go to my, I'll just link the channel again if you want to, but I'll do a direct link to the thingy. But yeah, you'll see the tier list videos on there. I recorded all those like before the patch or before the New Year's, so same with Tressa. I believe Tressa is also getting nerfs, but I think people are speculating that Cassius is hitting the main nerf and Tressa's getting a softer rework, but again, we don't know. It's gonna be 3 weeks. Like, it's not this patch, but the next patch that the reworks are happening, supposedly. So yeah, because we know, like, because of how bad balance was, the first 3 characters that released in the game, it was Haru, Yuki, Chizuru, and Serenial, right? So Haru was the very first character of the game, or very first banner character of the game, and Haru is objectively bad compared to all the other DPSs in the game that are also like attack based. The defense based characters like Kalipe, Magna, it's just these 2 for super rares or SSRs. Yeah, so these 2 characters are defense based and they are worse than Haru is, but if you look at every other damage character like Kayron, I've heard is better. I haven't played him obviously because he's level 1, but Kayron is better. Apparently Luke is objectively better. Yuki has actual niches with AoE. Rin has confirmed good builds. Renault has confirmed good build. Like, every other character is really, really good. But Haru, like, all the release characters, again, those exclude Serenial, Haru, Yuki, Chizuru. So, like, every DPS that came out on release, out of the package, was better than Haru. Besides Luke, because you needed gear on release. Even Tressa is better than Haru. Even Beryl is better than Haru. And there's probably a Selena build that is also on par or better with Haru if you go main DPS on Selena. And then Yuki was, when she released, she was flamed for also being really, really mid. As time has gone on, Yuki has become like a really good character to like clear your dailies really, really fast. Because this game has the unfortunate issue where you carry over the team between each stage. So like, if I were to go into like, if I were going to be farming combat promotion, the striker deck, like this stage is slightly different from a different stage. But if I were to like change and tune my team for each of these stages, it'd be really obnoxious, right? So Yuki is a really safe character, just like bring it to everything, and then she will clear on full auto relatively quickly compared to a lot of other characters who are like single target at times. So Yuki's gone from like being, I mean, people still clown on her for some reason because like people just have bad takes. Not to say, okay, I will toot my own horn and say that I think my takes are usually, at the very worst, better thought out than most people's. But like I was like on record saying that Yuki is actually pretty decent. Like she's actually good for a lot of things. Like for AoE content she's good, for order content she's passable. And so like people, like if you go back to the Yuki era of release, there's a lot of Reddit posts and videos saying that she's just outright terrible, but she's actually totally fine. But you can tell from that like reception, like we went from Haru, who was objectively bad, to Yuki, who had the public perception of also being really bad. And then almost the same thing happened to Chizuru, where Chizuru was also considered quite poor because you have to work really hard to come close to the value of people like Malin, who is considered top tier, Renoa, who is considered about top tier, compared to like Luke and even Kayron. And now, when your character's at 55 and not 60, There is a... Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's what block is. I'll show you really quickly. Discussing mid-roop. Yeah. You see here, on the growth guide, there is, you can see all these quests, right? I'm obviously long done, but if we scroll to the side, you see level 55 with 6 random combatants. They gave us a lot more mats since, they both gave us a lot more mats, and I also stopped caring since. But, 55 is to achieve this rank. And the character level, okay, yeah, so I guess this also will help, Reco as well, but you get a lot of character EXP mats from story and free things. So you want to touch this quest as little as possible. So I like Grief high key because you don't want to level characters past 50 for the most part. These 55s are because of that particular captain mission campaign. But so I leveled Veronica and Mika to 60 for raw stats because they were really OP in Chaos. And then Tressa and Cassius leveled to 55 for Great Rift, the first Great Rift ever. But Orlia and Hugo, I leveled mainly for like ego because someone I'll be rating on Twitch in a bit, Suchi, he held an event Sunday, and it was essentially like they need math. Sadly, there's no experience from anything. You don't get experience from quest completions. You only get it from leveling. But yeah, he had like a competition where whoever could score the highest on Great Rift without using Cassius, Meilin, Chizuru would get like prizes. Or Cassius, Serenial, and Meilin, my bad, not Chizuru. She's not associated. Meilin, Cassius, Serenial. Cassius, Serenial are really broken for Great Rift, so he banned those to see like different types of gameplay. And so I took Orlia, Hugo, and Nia. And since I'm like a huge Orlia sim because I think she's really hot, I just leveled her to 60, and I leveled Hugo to 60 to guarantee I get a better score. So that's the only reason why I leveled these two to 60. Otherwise, it'd be Veronica, Mika, and then Meilin I overleveled at the time because I was a huge Meilin fan, but she got kind of boring to play. But that's why there's characters at level 55. It's for that quest completion. Who did you main before Serenial? I don't really main Serenial, if I'm being honest. I only played her in Chaos to smash through them really quickly. I've only played her like 5 times in Chaos so far. Then I think the only true main I had was like Meilin for a while, because they played Meilin a lot before. Or like during preseason and early season 1, I just strictly played Meilin. But then once once Yuki, I play whoever's new, and then when I finish their build, I start moving down a list of characters I want to see like memes with. So I don't really main anyone. The closest thing to a main I could truly have is Veronica Mika, because when I go into Chaos to carry someone, it's almost always Veronica Mika, and then Serenial has recently popped up just because I wanted to try playing her a little bit, but otherwise, yeah. Like, I don't really care for these two. I think Veronica's cute as a daughter, and Mika's like, okay, but I have by far the most game time on these two characters because of Chaos carrying. Just to like piggyback the third character that I actually care about building up. But yeah. So going back to what I was yapping about earlier, so like the first 3 characters released were all mid. Favorite partner? Aesthetics wise, I'm a huge fan of Itsuki. Where is she? Oh, Itsuki. She's my favorite partner design by far. I don't really care about anyone else or partner. I think Rito is really funny because her skills like her like waving down construction. So I think Rito is really funny. So it'd be like Itsuku, but like and then like 5 tiers down it'd be Noelle because her ego skill is really funny, and then it'd be Rito after. Yeah, I like Itsuku. Bobby. What does that mean? Yeah. Every other partner I'm like pretty like neutral towards. I know that Suchi likes not Priscilla. I know someone likes one of these. Like one of these characters or one of these partners was supposed to be a real person. FBI? Oh no, Rito is just funny. Oh, I see, because you're talking about Noelle. Noelle's I don't own her, but when Noelle ego skills, I think in Japanese dub, she streams. That's why I think she's funny. Is R1 E0 better than Yvonne E5?
어머나, 성전 십자회에 관심이 생기셨나요?
I don't think so, because I mean, maybe. I like underrate healing a lot, but for me, I just assume that the damage reduction is way more valuable. But if it's just E1, I could see Yvonne being better overall. Yeah, Noelle is not like the only waifu I have in partners is Itsuku. I keep saying Itsuki for some reason. Yeah, she's the only person I would consider like waifu value. Noelle is literally just for streaming memes because of her ego skill, and Rito is just like funny. Like I like both these characters for the ego skills alone. But yeah, so yeah, back to NARJA. Like, so yeah, Serenial is the first character that everyone's like, oh, this is like objectively a super powerful character, like super broken, super strong in every regard, because she's like limited and the first like limited character and all that. Like, right, it makes sense she's strong because she's limited, and she released during New Year's, and she has a Christmas thing. So like again, it makes sense from like a hype content standpoint, and power creep is always gonna happen. So for me, like it's fine that she power creeps the game. I just think she's boring because she just does the exact same, like you just play the card out like the zero cost over and over and over and over again, right? So I think in one of my not my recent video but the video before that, I talk about how the power creep, like we have to figure out what the power creep trend is, which you started earlier to snag. Yeah, but I mean now it's probably a good time anyways. Like you didn't really miss out on too much, to be fair. Like you missed out on a good amount of pulls and all that, but like that's natural. You didn't really miss out on anyone like okay, Serenial is super broken, but the game is not yet hard enough to really justify her existing. And so if you look at the roadmap, which I guess you don't know, I'll pull this up properly since you are new. They have a roadmap for the game where like the next few months of content are... Why is it the black screen? Let me post in Discord and then just open it like the other file. So right now, the main gameplay of this game is to just like what I was doing just now, and but you could see that I was like being very careless with what I was doing, or like selecting cards and everything. If you're playing the game properly, you can watch some old VODs, and the guy that I'll raid, I don't think Sushi really doing anything with it, but you're supposed to be like curating decks, right? So when you curate decks, you have to be a little more intentional. You have to, like, it makes the game turn to the same thing. Like, you run into the dungeon, if you miss the upgrade on a card, you leave as soon as you can, and then you re-enter. And so that gameplay loop, like, a lot of people are getting bored of. And so if you look at the screen right now, you can see that there's like a good bunch of stuff. The bottom right is just like quality of life things that you don't need to really know about. But the main thing that everyone's waiting for is this thing called Chaos Assault. Because Chaos Assault is supposed to be, again, we don't have it confirmed yet because it's going to be a while, but it's supposed to be, like, more roguelite oriented. Because right now the complaint is that Chaos runs are very samey. It's very repetitive, it's really boring to, like, just aim for a deck, and then you're only going there for deck building. But Chaos Assault is supposed to be a place where you actually get challenged on the roguelite content. So, as long as you get a character that can help you push through this, that's all that matters. And there's a lot of months for that. Like, we don't, like, 9 or, Euphemia? I don't know who's releasing season 2, I already forgot. But like any of the season 2 characters might be strong enough to help you on Chaos Assault. And who can do that? We don't know. We generally don't know. We have no idea if Serenial will scale or like will be. We don't know if she'll be power crept in time or by then. We don't know anything. But objectively, right now, for all content in the game, you don't even need Serenial. She just makes it a lot easier. You can bring pre-made into roguelite. We don't know. We know nothing. We know nothing about how they're handling the Chaos Assault. All we know is that it'll matter. Like the game, all we know is that it won't be deck building focused. That's the only thing we know about the roguelite mode, and that's why people care. That it's like a game mode where you're actually encouraged to build unique decks during the game, like during the run itself, and your choices and like you making genuinely good in chaos decks across your entire team. Like that's actually it's supposedly gonna be important. So it's gonna be like more like Slay the Spire, more like Darkest Dungeon in that regard. Instead of what we do now, we're like playing like a deck builder that has a roguelite like filler inside, if that makes sense. Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. Like it's fine that you started now because all the release characters are genuinely really powerful. And Serenial obviously is really strong, but like she's not really required. Like she's really powerful, but we don't know if she will invalidate the entirety of Chaos Assault. We don't know if she'll invalidate the entirety of Season 2 Rift. She probably will, because I think it was teased that the next season's Chaos World is going to be based on Bug World. And I think Bug World is Instinct weak. So this might be wrong. Again, like this might not be the world that's based on, but if it's Instinct weak, then Serenial will be quite good. But like the newest character should, like if you really need a character to carry you through, then newest character will do fine. And all that. So yeah, the power creep thing, like that's the reason why I'm not sure if it really matters that you miss Serenial, because like the progression of power in the game has gone from like again, if you're being very objective about it, it's gone from B tier to like Haru's B minus, maybe even C plus, and then Yuki is like a definitely a very solid B to like B minus tier. So it's like C plus to B to like B plus, and then Serenial's A plus. So the real question is if we're gonna be following that linear trend or linear slope for every season, or if it's gonna be more random, or if we just ignore all, like if you're trying to be, sorry, my throat just caught. If you're trying to be a responsible gacha player, should you always only wait until limited character? Because obviously all these other characters you can get during your 50-50 loss, right? So as a content creator, like Smilegate gives a lot of free pulls, so I'm like able to just like pull whoever, and the only person I really care about is Tenebria eventually. You can say I have a lot of pulls, but if we're being realistic, like I have 21,000 extra crystals from being a content creator, so even if you ignore being a content creator, I still have 46,000 crystals and 40 extra pulls, and the game is only getting more and more generous. So obviously, like this is like from starting like day 3, but if you save and all that, like it should be very straightforward. Like the game's very generous, at least for now, with what's done. I have 320 pulls right now. Nebria, yeah, there's a lot of leaks for the game. If you want to look at leaks, I personally do not really care for these leaks because I fully expect these to all be wrong, and we don't even know when. Like, we don't know the timing. We don't know when we have no projections. All we have are like, we just have the knowledge that these things exist in some way, right? And it has not been updated in nearly 2 weeks. So for me, these leaks, act more as like someone from Smilegate like trying to coyly bait hype and like trying to coyly encourage people to play the game and stay with the game until these characters release. Because again, we know nothing. None of the characters from season 1 were in this at all. There have been no active kit leaks none of these characters teased in here have showed up. I think 9 is gonna be the first one that actually shows up in this. Yeah. That leak is ChatGPT. No, I think it actually is real. But yeah. So Tenebria is on this. Tenebria is on this, and Tenebria is on a separate leak where people like managed to get a hacked client with like a bunch of models loaded in. So Tenebria is in both of these. So she is gonna be in the game eventually. We just don't know when. So that's why I've been saying like I'm down to pull every character until Tenebria drops, and then whatever I have left, we'll just go into Tenebria within reason. Oh, it's confirmed on the Reddit. That's even funnier. That's pretty funny. But yeah. I think I'll probably play, I don't know, I'll probably give NARJA like 2-3 days of streaming. Like I'll probably, this entire week probably will be CZN, but I think next week and the week afterwards, I'll probably either take a break from streaming or I'll find something else to play, like Where Winds Meet, or just like gacha dailies, like my actual gacha dailies, which might suffer, like, maybe I'll play like CZ at the start and all that, but we'll see. I'm not particularly enthused. I just don't want to farm during preseason because it's such a waste of time. Because you can't even bring it to season 2. Like, that's the major issue. I wish they said, I might put in the content creator Discord, but I think I might put in request for any deck during the season farm to like be viable instead of having to wait for the season chaos release before it's viable. But yeah, that'll be stream. I'm gonna go ahead and raid Suchi as always. The funnel with this guy never stops. This guy's probably gonna be, let me see if he's already done reviewing the live stream. Look through his videos. Oh yeah, I think he might have already been done reviewing live stream, so I'll rage bait him to talking about it again. All that. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, probably a bit earlier in the day, because I don't think I have an interview for tomorrow, but if I stream later, it'll either be at 3 PM EST or like around the same time today. We'll lab out, we'll pull NARJA, and then we'll play her in Chaos for a little bit to see if we can cheese out the, like a skeleton of a DPS build. And then, yeah. We'll probably also slap tower around. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll link Suchi's YouTube for anyone on YouTube that wants to go over to the YouTube channel, but obviously no pressure in clicking that. Alright, see you guys. Bye-bye. Click, click.